Kevin Gleason and Kyle Draper.
Sacramento, stand up. We are in the building. We're here at Golden One Center. We're here at Golden One Center in the building.
Drapes and the High Flyer here on the drive, guys. You good, big dog?
I'm good.
You good? What you looking at?
I'm reading here. It says somebody's mic is muted, but I got.
I'm good. I had to turn it back on. I'm too excited. High five.
Yes,
Calm down, baby. I'm too excited.
Yes, sir.
I'm too excited after what we saw yesterday. The Kings handling their business. We're going to talk about it, of course, against the Golden State Warriors. I'm going to give out the phone number right now because just like yesterday, today's Sacramento, it is all about you. We want to hear from you guys. 916-339-1140. 916-339-1140.
Bang the line.
Bang the line right now. Let me start off by making a proclamation, High Flyer. I'm going to say it straight up. And I'm going to look right here on the YouTube chat,
right
on my camera, and I'm going to say it. The Sacramento Kings broke the Golden State Warriors. I said it. They broke the Golden State. Here's why, High Flyer. Warriors fans are in my mentions. Warriors fans are fighting with each other. Warriors fans are calling for Steve Kerr to get fired.
Oh, yeah.
Warriors fans are yelling at Draymond Green. Warriors fans, heck, even Steph Curry is looking inward and saying, we need to look ourselves in the mirror and try to figure this out. All off of this one game last night, 124-123. Take it away, big fella. How you feeling?
Well, you know what? First of all, after last night's game, I had a doctor's appointment this morning. He told me my blood pressure was kind of high. I told him, I said, did you see the end of the game last night? He said, yeah. I said, that's why.
That's why, right? You got an excuse, right?
Oh, I got an excuse. But, KD, I'm the one who said this is their last dance. I'm the one who said the dynasty is done, bro. I'm the one who said it's going to be the passing of the torch. And it, I mean,
you did say that.
When you look at that game, and I know we're gonna break it down.
Yeah, we're gonna break it down.
But here's the deal: small ball guys, we got Trey Lyles back. We winning. We win it. I'm sorry. It changes the dynamic. Whenever we play a team that want to play that small balls type, when Kings go with, you have De'Aaron Fox, Kevin Huerter, Monk, let's put Keegan Murray and Trey Lyles. Man, that's a very potent offensive line. These dudes are knocking down shots, and if the shots are falling, it's a wrap.
Exactly, and they weren't in the first half.
They didn't.
They weren't. But they started flowing in the second half, and they got the defense going as well. Let's take it from start to finish real quick. What were your thoughts early on when Steph and Clay and Wiggins came out firing, they came out bombing? I'm sitting down there, and I'm like, man, I might have to watch the second half from home.
Man, let me tell you.
I don't want to see the Warriors celebrate on our home floor like that.
You know what? First of all, there were Warrior fans in the building.
Yes, they were here.
A little too much.
There were a few of them. There's a few of them.
Little too much for my liking, because they were all on this side. See, you was down in the Big Willie seat.
Yeah.
We up
got
here.
the hook up.
It was a little too much on my end, right? So, but we dealt with it. But man, that first quarter, I'm sitting here, and if body language is an indication, man, I must look like Buddy Clump. I was hot. I was hot. I ain't looking at the floor. I'm looking over at the door. I mean, my lip turned up. I was heated, KD, heated, because our boys are better than that. Our boys are better than that. We did a whole show, and I'm beating on the table saying the Sacramento Kings cannot let the Golden State Warriors come in here and out-energy them. And in the first quarter, the Warriors were on 100 and seemed like we couldn't even start the car.
It was, and I'm sitting there watching it, and Kings fans, I want to hear from you, 916-339-1140. And I'm saying to myself, it looks like one team has been in big games before, and another team hasn't.
Yep.
That's what it looked like early on.
And the funny thing is, KD, from our angle, I'm looking at the back of Mike Brown's head, right? And you can just see the wrinkles getting tighter and tighter. and I wanted to get up and scream, Mike, do something, Mike, say something, do something. Because, boy, it got bad. 24. 24. And,
Yes.
and usually when you go down 24 to Golden State, it's a wrap. It's over.
It's over. But this, like you said, this Golden State team, this ain't 2015, 18, 17. Shoot, it ain't even 2021, 22 when they won it against Boston. This is a fractured Golden State team, and we're going to get into that coming up in a minute. But this is a team that Steph Curry said it, and we're going to hear from Steph coming up in just a little bit. They got to look into their mirror. They're 8-10 now.
Yep.
This game that we saw last night, this wasn't a regular November game.
No.
This was a game that actually meant something,
bro.
And they folded like a cheap suit.
It had so many implications and so many arms to it. You know, on TNT, winner goes on, loser go home. I mean, you know, big brother passing the torch down to little brother. You know, your dynasty is not what it used to be. I mean, it had so many implications, KD. And honestly, I thought they came out and they answered the bell. But I will say this. You know, I looked at it and then a lot of people crying, the Golden State Warriors, they just straight imploded. They just straight choked. I'll tell you this. When they had the services of Chris Paul and the services of GP2, we was looking at a whole different ball game. When those two cats went out, that's when the thing changed.
Hey, high flyer. It don't matter who was on the court. It don't matter. You play with who you got. If we would have had Keegan Murray, we would have been fine.
No, I understand you play what you got, but I'm just saying, up until those two guys left, you and I had a different look on our face.
GP was doing some things out there, wasn't he?
Yes, wasn't he?
He was doing some things.
We had a different look on our face.
Yeah, he was doing some things. He was, you know, we talked about it yesterday going into the game. Arguably biggest regular season game in a long time here in Sacramento. Biggest regular season win since. I can't even think. I haven't been around as long as you.
This was a big game.
This was a big game, right?
This was a big game. And you know what? And I will say this too, KD. I mean, you know, we call a spade on this show. The brothers keep it 100. I want to look at Steve Kerr and be like, okay, did someone give us this game? Because Moses Moody was knocking them down. And he took him out and put Draymond Green back in the game. And I was like, thank you, Steve. Thank you, bro. I like that. You just hooked us up. Moses Moody checks out. He hit 3 threes in a row. He came off the screen right in front of us and hit the three they called an offensive foul and negated it.
And he made it, right?
He made it. And then that would have been 4.
Steve Kerr
yanked him out. He yanked him out. I was like, thank you.
And I'm trying to, I don't want to be the hater, but I'm going to be the hater. I don't know if I'm more happy that the Kings won or more happy
that the
Warriors lost.
I'm with you on that.
Because here's why, High Flyer, and people at home listening, driving on the YouTube and the text line. We would have to have heard from Warriors fans. They would have bragging rights the rest of the season.
You know what?
We couldn't say we could have went on a 10-game winning streak, but we still couldn't beat them.
Even if we would have went down there and won the last one,
right?
They still got the edge. They still gonna talk noise. And you know, a lot of people don't understand when you are a true sports enthusiast, especially if you played the sport. There's nothing worse than when you have to listen to somebody talk trash the whole season. That was our whole thing back in the day, KD. When you shot hoop out on the playground, right? And you got your butt kicked that day, you went home and you got in the bed and you slept with the ball. It was like, I can't wait till tomorrow.
You ain't go back out at night or anything.
I can't wait until tomorrow because I'm going to go back and I'm going to revenge myself. That's the thing. You cannot stand the trash talk.
Yes. And the thing about it, it's not like it's trash talk with Dallas Mavericks fans. Warriors fans live in your backyard.
Yeah.
Some of them live in your house.
Yeah. They knock on your door. They knock on your door.
They knocking on your door every day. Remember what happened in that in-season tournament? How we spanked you?
And, you know, as much as I love going around the whole country now and, you know, people really acknowledge the Sacramento Kings. You know, I told a story about Virginia and all of that. I love that. But I'll tell you what, I'm with you. I'm so glad we won because when you walk down the street, and this is in Sacramento, you can walk down the street and all of a sudden somebody be like, Warriors. You're like, where's my pistol? Where's my pistol?
Oh, you get serious.
I ain't gonna take this now.
Right. That's what I'm saying. And you know, we talk so much about the rivalry and everything like that. And, you know, is it Lakers, Kings like it was early 2000s? You know, the difference today is the social media age too,
right?
And the Twitter, the Instagram, and all that.
It's the in your face. You can't escape it because we live with these phones. They are attached to our hips, our arms, and our wrists. So as soon as you open that thing up, it's right there in your face.
You're getting alerts about it too,
bro.
You're getting alerts about it
while you're at work and everything.
You're right. All right, here's what's coming up on the show. We got our guy Jim Jackson. You remember JJ?
Come on now.
Man, former Sacramento King,
yes,
pride of Ohio State Buckeyes.
Yeah.
He's a Clippers analyst right now. He's going to join us. That's coming up at 3:30. But coming up next, it's Drape's Takes as we recap a Kings monumental win over the hated Golden State Warriors. You're listening to The Drive, guys, here on Sactown Sports 1140.
On the move? Got somewhere to be?
Take Sacramento Kings basketball with you. The Sactown Sports app will let you stay connected to your passion. Never miss a moment of Sacramento Kings basketball with the Sactown Sports app.
Bonneville International Radio Station contests are open to participants at least 18 years of age and older that are residents of California and who reside in one of the 6 counties that make up the Sacramento metro area, unless otherwise specified. Employees or agents of the station, Bonneville International Corporation, other area radio stations, or any entity associated with the contest are not eligible to win, unless the station otherwise specifies in its own discretion. Persons who have won in the last 30 days from a station contest or event may not be eligible. For a copy of the general contest rules, visit khtk.com. Power Business Technology is proud to be 100% independent, locally owned, and managed Toshiba copier dealer. Local ownership cuts out the red tape, allowing ourselves to never be too busy to personally answer the call when our clients need us. Recognized for excellence in service execution, training, and customer service, we're proud to be named a 2022 Toshiba ProMasters Elite Dealer. Contact us today for all of your business printing needs at 844-POWER-BZ. That's 844-769-3729, or visit us at powercopiers.com.
Ship station for the Drive Guys, powering your afternoons Monday through Friday on Sactown Sports.
Sactown Sports 1140. Drapes in the High Flyer here. I'm telling you, High Flyer, we got a game tonight against the Clippers, and we're going to preview that coming up a little later. But I'm still on that high from yesterday.
Man,
I don't know how these dudes going to come out here and play another game. Like, Adam Silver should, give him the day off, right? let him enjoy this one. You know what I mean? It's like you got to come back and play another one. It's crazy.
They rescheduled this one for tomorrow.
Right, they should. No doubt, no doubt. Back here with the High Flyer. 124-123 was your final score last night over the Golden State Warriors. The Kings did it on both ends of the floor in that second half. They outscored the Warriors 69-51. They put the clamps, that's the clamps right there. That's the cuffs, on Klay Thompson and Steph Curry in that second half.
I tell you what, it was funny, man, because the Kings came out very aggressive. You remember in the beginning of the third quarter, they came out straight out full court press on the Golden State Warriors, and they got that turnover real quick. And I was like, okay, Mike Brown really got into these cats, man, because they on another level. And the Kings came out and they were very aggressive on defense. And they made a couple of stops, but I'm telling you, for a minute, Golden State Warriors were answering, bro.
They was
answering. I mean, we got it down to we was down 24. We cut it to 17. All of a sudden, Warriors answer. Boom, 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 boom. It's back up to 19. I'm like, wow, ooh, okay. Kings make another run. They get it down to about 14. Golden State Warriors come down, boom, Steph hit a 3, boom, boom, boom. It's back up to 17.
Yeah.
And the clock is ticking.
Right.
Because believe me, the clock become a big time factor when you down that much.
When you down, you start looking at it.
Yeah, you do. You start pressing. And then all of a sudden, the Kings hit that big lick and they got it down to about 9. I was like, oh, yeah, we coming now.
We got a game.
We got a game. Yeah, we in the right gear now.
Now we got a game. And then they pulled it out. Malik Monk hit the game winner.
The magnificent.
We'll hear the G-Man coming up in just a little bit on that. But now it's my favorite part of the show.
Go ahead.
You know, it's got to be about your boy. It's always about your boy. They don't call me Drapes for nothing.
I'm going to be quiet. But I'm going to be talking.
Oh, okay. It's time for Drapes Takes here on the Drive Guys, Sactown Sports, 1140.
Calm down, Lion. Calm down. Take it easy, man. Just take it easy.
Yeah, let me tell you, Sacramento, if you didn't know, that dude, De'Aaron Fox, is the guy. Forget about the free throw shooting. I know he didn't knock him down. He's the first person probably in the lab today working on his free throw shooting. But yesterday, once again, big high flyer, he was the best player on the floor. It wasn't Steph. Hold up. Don't cut off Drape Stakes yet. Give you that. It wasn't Steph Curry. It was De'Aaron Fox. And we'll talk about him a lot more coming up in a minute. But it wasn't just offensively as well. He had the 29 points. He had the 7 assists. But he also played great defense. He had the 2 steals. He played Draymond. He played Clay. He played Steph. He guarded them all last night, especially in that second half. And like I said yesterday, in the first 3 or 4 games of that playoff series, De'Aaron Fox was outplaying Steph Curry. The world was put on notice last night. De'Aaron Fox was the dude, and he was the best player on the floor last night, High Flyer. What you got?
De'Aaron Fox is him. He's him. Like you said, he is that guy. Let me tell you how nice he got down last night on the defensive end. Like you said, he guarded Steph. No problem. Was on Clay. All right? Guarded Wiggins some. You saw him tussling with Draymond Green, but you didn't even mention this, dog, and I thought you would have.
What?
He was guarding Sarge in the post.
Yeah,
How about that?
yeah. Okay,
he muscled up the big boy in the post. You talk about a guard that's 6'5", down in the post with a dude 6'10", and muscling up on him. That's how much he wanted that game.
De'Aaron Fox is him. Like
him.
You said, De'Aaron Fox is him. He was him last night. Can I give some love, my second Drapes take, to my guy, Sasha Vezenko? Don't look at the box score, High Flyer. You know what? I am going to look at the box score, but that's not the only thing. You look at the box score. Sasha last night, he played 15 minutes and change, 8 points, had 4 rebounds. But that's not what I saw last night from Sasha. His impact was greater than what you see in the box score. His competitiveness, his compete level. He had a block shot, had 2 block shots really, but they called him for a foul on 1. He took the charge that they called flop, and eventually they just called it a common foul, a block. But I thought that was a great defensive play. I thought when Sasha Vezenkov came on the floor, High Flyer, his compete level, the moment was not too big for him. He hit a couple of threes. He got some rebounds. He blocked shots. I just like the effort and the compete level from Sasha. He needs to be in the rotation a little more, I think.
Okay, let me tell you what I saw.
Okay, tell me what you
saw. Sasha Vezenkov was like an Avion glass of water while you were in the desert, because the Sacramento Kings couldn't hit the side of a barn, and that young man came in and he knocked down 2 big threes. Now, he struggled the rest of the night from 3, but those 2 shots he needed is what the Sacramento Kings needed. Nobody could do nothing on the offensive end. That kind of like broke the gate open, started the flood waters. And then on the defensive side, come on, man. De'Aaron Fox is hounding Steph. Steph comes off the screen. He hit him with the heat, split the screen, came between the screen, tried to throw up a floater. Sasha was right there on top of
right there, right? Is that what he was? Okay.
Big dog style.
That's exactly how Sasha was. My third and final Drapes take is this. Once again, Mike Brown outcoached Steve Kerr. Mike Brown knew the exact buttons to hit throughout this game. Trey Lyles made an impact. Sasha made an impact. Keon Ellis hit a big 3 in the second half, played some great defense. And what did Steve Kerr do? He turtled in the moment. You want to know why, High Flyer? Because listen to this. He used up his timeouts early. He didn't have a challenge late. He only had 1 timeout late. Draymond wanted him to challenge something, and Steve said, I can't challenge. Only got 1 timeout left, and it was 2 minutes left in the game. And then he had the nerve. We mentioned it earlier. Listen up, Kings fans. Steve Kerr had the nerve to pull out their hottest player, Moses Moody, in the most clutch of moments. What was Steve Kerr thinking? So Mike Brown outcoached Steve Kerr. And a lot of times, it's not about the moves you make that work. It's the moves you make that don't work. And Steve Kerr made several moves that did not pan out last night for the Warriors.
You know what, G? I can't even walk on top of that at all. You said that. So I'm going to move on to what I thought was the difference in the game. Malik, the magnificent. Malik Monk, bro. How many times did he come up big in that game last night? When we needed a bucket, he knocked down a three. When we needed something going to the basket, he got to the basket. When we needed a steal to get out in transition, he was the first one out in the transition. This dude is a gamer, man.
You know what? You're right, and we're going to talk a lot about that coming up, but I'm going to follow up with that. The dude played 8 minutes in the first half.
Foul trouble.
Foul trouble.
Yep.
But we said it yesterday. With Malik, he's always going to be ready. It may not always work out, high flyer, but you ain't going to punk him. He ain't going to turtle in the moment. He going to be ready. And I said yesterday Kevin Huerter was the litmus test for the team. I got to say it's Malik Monk. When Malik Monk is flowing like that, watch out. Bro, it's hard to beat.
Because you know why? Because he's almost like a well-rounded player. He's going to get you a couple of rebounds. He's going to get you some steals. He's going to get out in transition. He's going to hit Sabonis and JaVale McGee with that little pocket pass when they run that high pick and roll. He's going to drive and kick out to Keegan Murray and Huerter and Trey Lyles. And then if you're really getting away, the boy gonna put it on top of your head.
Yes.
All right.
Yes.
You heard me?
Yes.
He gonna put it on top of your head.
He plays with that bounce, that energy. We talk about dogs and having dogs on this team. Well, Malik is one of those dogs. He's a guy that plays with a bounce, plays with an energy. And that's why, to me, people say, oh, you should throw Malik in the starting lineup. I'm cool with the role he's in because he's that game changer. He gives you what the game needs when he checks in.
I'm cool with the role he plays when De'Aaron's at your disposal. I really feel if De'Aaron is when De'Aaron was hurt, I really felt like Malik Monk should have been starting. And I'm saying it, and I'm
riding with that.
I'm gonna stand on it because of
that point guard spot.
Because of one thing, Malik Monk gets other guys involved. They needed that. Your number one guy, your tone setter, your dragon, your head of the snake, he ain't there. So you need somebody that's going to step up into that position and going to try to take it on. And Malik Monk is the only one that I think that got the heart to do it.
Let's stay right there because I push back and I say this. What if he ain't got it that night? Who do you turn to?
If you don't have it that night,
let's say he's in the starting lineup.
I'm about to give it to you.
It ain't.
Then you elect to deal with Keon Ellis or the little fella,
Davion
Mitchell, and you still got Duarte and whoever else at the 2.
Okay. I think that's why Mike Brown hasn't done it, though. It's like, if it doesn't work, you know what? Those other guys can't impact and change the game from an offensive standpoint like Malik can. Malik can do it on both ends.
I understand. Like, when you have De'Aaron, Malik is the perfect brother to bring off the bench because he's the yin to De'Aaron's yang.
Yes.
You always going to have somebody that's on the floor that's going to give it to you. I'm with that. I'm right with that 150%. But I thought at that particular point when De'Aaron wasn't on the floor and the offense was what? Stagnant. The offense had stopped. The only cat that keeps that offense going the way that De'Aaron does was Malik Monk.
And you could argue Malik is their best passer from the facilitator. That's from the guard spot, from the wing side. Outside of Sabonis, he's the best facilitator on the team.
That's why I said you needed that to get the other guys going. Because, see, Malik can always get his. You know, he might struggle a little bit. You know, he might not hit the right shot, but he won't help get other guys shots.
Right.
That was the only reason I said he needed to be in that starting lineup.
Hey, hit us up, 916-339-1140. In about an hour, Jim Jackson, Clippers analyst. He's on CBS. He's on TNT. He does everything. The former Sacramento King will be joining us. But coming up next, we continue to talk about the huge win over the Golden State Warriors. Best regular season win, maybe in Sacramento Kings history. We'll discuss that. And did last night's win break the Golden State Warriors? I want to hear from you. 916-339-1140. You're listening to The Drive, guys, here on Sactown Sports 1140.
It's that time of year again. Sactown Sports is welcoming Santa back to town for the 40th annual Santa Parade, Saturday, December 9th in downtown Sacramento. Grab the family and join us as we celebrate Santa's arrival with marching bands, superheroes, cheer squads, and more. Parade starts at 10 a.m. at 14th and N. We'll see you Saturday, December 9th in downtown for the Santa Parade with Western Health Advantage, Huff Home Services, and the California National Guard. Get more information at SactownSports.com.
This time of year, big box tool stores start to sell a whole bunch of not tools, from dancing Santas to plastic trees. At Northern Tool and Equipment, we'd rather sell you a 4-horsepower chainsaw fitted with a full chisel chain to cut down your own tree. And we have wood chippers come January, because mulch. We're cutting prices on your favorite brands this holiday season. Save on Milwaukee, Ingersoll Rand, and Metaltech in-store or at northerntool.com.
eBay Motors is here for the ride. 120,000 miles of night drives, daily commutes, and who knows how many.
Are we there yet?
Through countless fixes, elbow grease, and a new radiator, you kept your ride alive. With eBay Motors, you have over 122 million parts to keep it running. And with eBay Guaranteed Fit, they'll be the perfect fit every time. Plus, at these prices, well, we're burning rubber, not cash. Keep your ride or die alive at ebaymotors.com. Eligible items only. Exclusions apply.
Oh, I think we're lost again.
Wait, what does that sign over there say?
Caution, wildlife crossing?
No, next to it.
If you are 60 or older, you may be at increased risk of serious consequences from RSV, respiratory syncytial virus, compared to adults younger than 60. Ouch, I didn't know that.
Not all dangers come with warning labels. Talk to your pharmacist or doctor about getting vaccinated against RSV today. RSV vaccines, including Pfizer's, are available. Learn more at bewareofrsv.com. Brought to you by Pfizer.
Who has the largest selection of golf merchandise in Northern California? The Hagen Oaks Golf Super Shop. It's the go-to store for golf bags, apparel, equipment, lessons, club fittings, novelty items, and more. With their low price guarantee, complimentary gift boxes, and gift cards for your golfer, it's the Hagen Oaks Golf Super Shop. Add convenient online shopping and effortless after-Christmas return policy, and you'll see why the Hagen Oaks Golf Super Shop is the #1 choice for golfers everywhere. Fulton Avenue at the Cap City Freeway or online at hagenoaks.com.
Yep, that trailer hitch and folding bed cover from TruckSmart makes road trips a breeze.
Right? I'm so much more organized on the job site since TruckSmart installed my truck rack and toolbox.
And they had it all in stock, so I just waited as they installed everything.
Take a look at this sweet Rhino truck lining. They sprayed it on.
Yeah, you win. That is sweet.
TruckSmart, truck and SUV accessories for on the road and the job site. Stop by one of our 2 locations in Rockland or Auburn. TruckSmart.com. Your truck's gonna love them.
This is the moment you've been waiting for. Hanley's Kia in Davis is bringing you an unbeatable deal on all 2024 Kia models. Drive home in style without breaking the bank. Introducing Hanley's Kia incredible leasing option for just $199 a month. Picture yourself behind the wheel of a brand new 2024 Kia, loaded with the latest features and cutting-edge technology. Whether it's the sleek Niro Hybrid with 54 mpg and EV6 with up to 310 miles, the versatile Sportage, or the family-friendly Telluride, at Hanley's Kia, you can also reserve your luxurious full-size EV9 with 3 rows that has the comfort of a stylish interior and the peace of mind that comes with driving a brand you can trust. Head over to Hanley's Kia today, located in Davis.
New 2024 Kia Niro Hybrid EX for $199 per month for 36 months after $7,999 customer cash due at signing plus $300 military customer rebate. 10,000 miles per year and 20 cents per mile after 30,000 miles based on sale price $30,545 and payment excludes taxes and DMV fees and any dealer fees. Vehicle ID number R5136-138.
Corner, back to 2-point range to Fox, straight away. He'll launch for 3. Scores the 3. It's now a 10-point ball game at 102-92. 10 in the quarter for Fox. He now has 19.
The Drive Guys powering your afternoons Monday through Friday on Sactown Sports.
Our guy, the G-Man, on the call. High Flyer, you were with them yesterday.
Yes, sir.
You guys were watching it all unfold. down 24, down 17 at the half, then finally getting over that hump, taking the lead. And then how about this, High Flyer? I'm sitting there watching. You're right. I was down there in the expensive seats, and you know what I mean, the ones you can't even buy. You know, you can't get those on StubHub or Ticketmaster. But I'm watching, and the Kings needed to not let the Warriors beat them by 12 or more,
right, for
in-season tournament. And once it looked apparent that the Kings were going to be able to advance, I kind of relaxed a little bit. That's just me. Obviously I wanted them to win the game, to advance and everything like that. But once I saw, okay, the Warriors weren't going to beat them by 12 or more, I relaxed. I exhaled a little bit.
So you was in full cup mode.
I was in cup mode. Then all of a sudden I was like, dang, they got a chance to win this game.
Now you came back to reality.
Now I came back to reality, right? Reality. I'm like, you know what? Forget about clinching the spot.
Right.
Go ahead and win this thing.
So you can make it 2-2.
Exactly, right?
Even up that season series.
Exactly. And the thing is, it was important to not only win or advance, but win because of the bragging rights, like we said. This was monumental, man.
And KD, I was with you 100% on that because, my first insight of yesterday's game was to advance.
Advance, right.
I wasn't worried about the 82.
Right.
I wasn't worried about the season split.
Right.
The advance was all I was thinking about. And then when the Kings start coming back and all of a sudden they're down one possession, it's a one possession game and it's 3 points. I'm like, okay. Then the greed kick in. You get greedy. You're like, okay, well, you know what? If they win this thing, now we really talking about something. That's where the in-season tournament was the one big octopus arm.
Right.
But once you said, okay, we got that, then all those other 7 arms come in. You're like, okay, well, I want this one, and I want that, and I want this, and I want that.
Yes.
And then when Draymond Green threw that ball away with
that turnover there,
when he threw that ball away, I was like, we got it.
We got it.
We got it.
And how about Malik Monk's game winner? Let's take it through the play there. Let's say, hey, Jay, we got Malik Monk's call from the G-Man. Let me hear that. I want you to hear G-Man. This is a classic call that'll go down in Kings history, the game winner from last night.
They've lost a possible tiebreaker situation late in the season with the Warriors because the Warriors will have a 3-0 lead. Here's a steal. Monk has it. He feeds Fox. Eludes a defender, drives to the right, finds Herter, swings now to Malik, sidesteps the defender, launches for 3. He hits the triple. It's a 1-point game at 123, 122, 36 seconds to go. Malik Monk with his third made three-pointer. Ball deflected. Up the Warriors, goes out of bounds. The Kings will get it. 29.5 seconds to go. Fox races up the left side of the floor, slows at the three-point arc, runs into a double team, goes to the floor. They're trying to wrestle it away. They want a timeout called, and I think it was awarded to Fox.
So that's G-Man calling that play. And so at that point, it was 123, 122. Mm-hmm. Remember, it was a 5-point game at 58.8 seconds left.
Right.
Warriors were in control. They were going to at least win the game.
Right.
When you up 5 with less than a minute to go. But iconic call from G-Man right there. The turnover from Steph Curry and then the turnover from Draymond Green. Your two alphas, your two studs coughed it up in the final seconds of the game. Now let's listen to the actual call. Malik Monk off the glass, Jay. Our guy G-Man on the call.
Fox from the logo, creeping forward. Now in 2-point range, backs out, hooks a pass to Herter. Herter swings to the right side to Monk, attacks the baseline, jab step. Now he keeps the dribble alive, gets in the paint. Tough ball away, bank shot is good! Malik Monk somehow banks it home. 7.4 seconds to go. 124, 123 Kings. Here's Curry. He'll try to get a shot off to win it. It's on the way. It's front rim short. The Sacramento Kings will advance in most dramatic fashion. It's 124, 123, and full-blown late-season pandemonium reigns at Golden One Center. Fans on their feet, waving the rally towels, savoring the moment after a most improbable, desperate step-back 2-point shot from Malik Monk. was banked home, and the Kings get the victory by 1. Bajenkov, fist raised in the air, embraced now by members of the coaching staff for his contribution late. And a night when free throws didn't fall for Sacramento. On a night when they launched 43 three-pointers, made 15 of them, they somehow found a way.
Yes, they did, High Flyer. You're sitting next to G-Man during this call.
How good is that man?
How great is that, right?
How good is that man?
He captured that moment perfectly.
Yes, big time. But I will say this. That whole scheme of what they ran, I want to say my Haynes, I had to change him.
The tighty whities you had to change?
Well, I had to change them, bro, because De'Aaron tried to run. He tried to get in, had nothing. Herder probed, had nothing. When they kicked it over to Malik, and Malik had the big fella one-on-one, and he drove to the middle, we're going to keep it straight, a buck. He had nothing.
Nothing.
Nowhere
to go.
Nowhere to go. Step back, had to chunk it. I ain't going to even say he shot it. He had to chunk it up to the rim, and his prayers were answered. Now, after the game, he called it a floater.
No, that ain't no floater.
Had no air up under it. Had no air up under it. He called it a floater. He chunked that thing. And you know, sometimes you have to give yourself a chance. We say the only shot that's really bad is the shot that you don't take.
Yep.
And he took it, and you got 50-50 chance of it going in or missing, and his prayers were answered. It was no way Malik Monk was trying to bank that shot.
But
it went. And we'll take it.
Like he said during post game, they asked him, Malik, did you call game on that shot? He's like, no, I didn't. But game.
That's right.
It was game.
That's right.
Steph Curry tried to make it, the three-pointer, tried to give him the win. It fell short. It fell off.
Now, what did you see there, though?
I saw great defense.
But I tell you what, he bobbled it. He bobbled it at half court.
Yeah.
And I'm shaking in my boots because Steph Curry knocks him down from the logo.
Oh, yeah.
He caught the ball at the logo, but he fumbled it. That enabled the Sacramento Kings to close in on it.
Yes.
If he hadn't fumbled that ball,
would have had it clean and didn't fumble it.
It's 1-on-1 at the hash mark. And are you going to bet against that?
Nah, not that dude. Not somebody that's dropped 50 in this building before.
Right.
But here's the thing, though, High Flyer. As great as Steph was, I'm looking at the fourth quarter when the Kings clamped down.
Mm-hmm.
They outscored them 29-19 in the fourth quarter. And that final minute is where I think the Warriors were broken. And I'll tell you about that coming up in just a little bit. But when I look at these numbers, they outscored the Warriors 29-19.
Right.
Steph had 5.
Mm-hmm.
Klay Thompson, goose egg in the 4.
Nothing.
Wiggins had 3, but he was 1 for 5.
Nothing.
Meanwhile, our guys, De'Aaron Fox, 9 in the quarter. Malik Monk, 8 in the quarter. We're so used to seeing the Warriors step up big and make plays down the stretch. How about Sacramento? Think about how far this franchise has come, High Flyer.
The changing of the guard.
Instead of how we're going to lose a game, it's like, all right, how are we going to win this game?
How are we going to close
and they're
out?
finding ways to close out. That was truly remarkable last night.
And I'll tell you this, that fourth quarter, now you talk about Mike Brown out-coaching Steve Kerr. I will say this was a hell of a call when they start blitzing Steph Curry.
That's what I was teeing you up with. Yes.
As he came over half court.
That changed the game.
The mantra was this. All right, we're getting the ball out of Steph Curry's hands. And if any one of y'all, okay, Klay, we know you're capable of doing it, but you're going to have to step up.
Yep.
Okay, Wig, we know you can get it going, but you're going to have to step up. But we do know one thing.
It ain't going to be Steph.
We ain't let the Green High Bandit do it. Not at all. And that put their offense in disarray. They were done.
You are right. And the thing is, that was a great move by Mike Brown. We saw it a little bit the last time they played, and I was waiting for Mike Brown to unveil it. Come with it, Coach. He did it at the right time that fourth quarter. We talked yesterday about the others stepping up, and we're going to talk about the Kings' others. Steve Kerr had the dude on the floor.
Man.
that was stepping up for them.
Man.
This was going to be the Moses Moody game. This was going to be the game we would have been talking about. Moses freaking Moody beating the Sacramento Kings.
Mm-hmm.
But Steve Kerr pulled him. You know, I said Steph had 5. Wiggins had 3. Guess how much Moses Moody had in the fourth quarter?
Oh.
He had 11 points.
Yeah.
He was balling.
On his way to what? 14.
14. He was balling in the biggest of moments, and Steve Kerr decided to pull him. What is Kerr thinking?
And brought in who? Draymond Green. Brought in Draymond Green. I'm telling you, when he did that, first of all, I'm like, "Ooh, Steve, what you thinking, bro?" But he's going back to his guys that he trusts. And at some particular point, and you know, of course, like you said, we got Twitter, we got all these other things that goes on Instagram. It's a whole lot of Golden State Warrior fans are like, okay, it's time to pull the plug on a couple of them.
Yes, that's what I want to get it to next.
It's time to pull the plug on a couple of them.
I want to get to, are the Warriors broken right now? Did what we saw last night, second half, fourth quarter, last minute, is that the final nail in the coffin for this Warriors dynasty?
Let me ask you this.
Yeah.
What did you think about the late Draymond Green technical?
Well deserved.
Because that hurt too.
Well deserved. You know what? That happened, and I thought, watch it be a 1-point game.
Hey, that helped change the momentum. Malik Monk went to the free throw line and knocked it down. King started rolling.
Knocked it down. I want to ask you about that. We're going to discuss that. Plus, I'm going to take your phone calls, 916-339-1140. It's a Kings game day. They got the Clippers tonight, but we're still basking in that big win last night. You're listening to The Drive, guys, here, Drapes and High Flyer, Sactown Sports, 1140.
2 of the best the NFL and NFC has to offer meet Sunday in Philadelphia.
Purdy out of the shotgun, looks left, throws end zone. Caught! George Kittle in the back of the end zone.
It's the Philadelphia Eagles, owners of the top spot in the NFC, versus the San Francisco 49ers, who have had this game circled on their calendar for months. Join Greg Papa and Tim Ryan for all the exciting action Sunday at 1 on your home for 49ers football, Sactown Sports.
It's the season of performance event at Acura of Stockton. Elevate your driving experience with a vehicle that's built to impress. Lease a new Acura RDX or MDX. Acura of Stockton has a great selection of new Acuras and customer service that will exceed your expectations. Take luxury to a whole new level in a new Acura from Acura of Stockton or AcuraofStockton.com, where precision-crafted performance is at your fingertips.
Have you Googled yourself lately? Are there negative posts from an ex-employee or from a former client? Maybe an outdated news article or sensitive personal information about your family? Search engines don't always get it right. For right or wrong, it's your reputation on the line. That's where Reputation Defender by Norton comes in. One of the most trusted names in online reputation repair, Reputation Defender has been fixing people's search results for over 15 years. Their cutting-edge approaches help you to wipe away unwanted information in your search results. They also promote the good stuff so that it rises to the top, helping you put your best foot forward. Your good name is too valuable to leave to the whims of a Google algorithm. Take control with Reputation Defender. You can start by getting your free reputation report card at reputationdefender.com or call 800-401-6681 to speak to an expert. That's 800-401-6681.
Don't you just love this time of year and the holidays when families get together to make memories? Hi, this is Franklin Rosa with a word about Naturewood Home Furnishings. From the time I was a youngster, the family table was always filled with a gathering of grandparents, aunts and uncles, brothers and sisters. Those are memories that will live with me forever. Naturewood Home Furnishings Holiday Home Sale going on right now gives you the opportunity to find the perfect holiday gift that will last a lifetime. You'll find unique gifts like gleaming accessories for every room, now 20% off. During Naturewood's Holiday Home Sale, you'll find savings all around the store for every room in your home. Find your perfect bit of Christmas for your home at Naturewood Home Furnishings Holiday Home Sale going on right now. The memories you make with your family will be with you forever. Naturewood Home Furnishings, off Highway 50 at Hazel. Look for the water wheel.
Yep, 'tis the season.
Hi, if you're like me, you take pride in your gift giving. Well, I've got a terrific idea for you. Gift cards from the Good Feet store. Okay, so arch supports aren't exactly what they've been hinting for, but you know they'd love them. And with the Good Feet lifetime warranty, it's a gift they'll enjoy forever. Buy a Good Feet gift card now, and Good Feet will boost its value 20%. That's a 20% gift free from the Good Feet store. If you have someone on your list who's on their feet all day, has sore feet, knee, hip, or back pain, or even plantar fasciitis, maybe needs an energy boost, or just wants to maintain their active lifestyle, a Good Feet Arch Support gift card could be the perfect gift.
The Good Feet store in Sacramento, Roseville, Stockton, Modesto, and Vacaville. Online at goodfeet.com.
At Jim Boy's Tacos, you get a ho-ho-ho lot of flavor for under $10. Our classic #2 combo meal spreads cheer with a parm-dusted ground beef taco, scratch-made bean and cheese burrito, and a soft drink. So jingle on down to Jim Boy's or order online at participating locations.
Golf to Go is brought to you by the Hagen Oaks Golf Super Shop. Here's Frank LaRosa.
Everywhere you look, someone is always telling you how to get more fit. While we may feel like we're fit, we can all get fitter. Maybe you have a favorite pair of jeans that don't fit anymore, or maybe you just want to lower your blood pressure a bit. Here are a few suggestions. Walk more rounds, walk to work, walk to the store, walk the dog, but walk. Strengthening the most important muscles in the golf swing, your glutes. Even Tiger couldn't fire his. Buy a foam roller and knead the muscles of your body 3 times a week, especially your hips. You can do this while you watch television. Eat more vegetables, and potato chips and carrot cake don't count. Stabilize the muscles of your core by raking leaves or sweeping floors, and eliminate soda, especially the ones with artificial sweeteners. Maybe you'll be able to take a little bigger turn. Maybe you won't get tired around the 15th hole. Either way, you're going to be much happier with yourself. That's your Golf to Go. I'm Frank LaRosa.
This segment is brought to you by Light the World Giving Machine.
Gives it up to Kojo. Kojo spins, 2 on the clock. Shot block. It's grabbed by Fox. Lead out. Monk streaking to the basket. And mass. Kings fans come to their feet for the 2-hand flush from Malik Monk that makes it a 1-point game. 110-109.
Your flagship station for the Beam Team, Sactown Sports.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir. Sacramento. We are in the building. Kings back in action tonight against Paul George, Kawhi, James Harden, and the Clippers. But we're still talking about last night. We're going to get to that. We got another heavyweight battle coming up tonight. Our guy Jim Jackson of the Clippers television broadcast, he'll be joining us. That's at 3:30. But high flyer, 124-123. You come back from 24 down. You're facing the Golden State Warriors, 4-time champs. Steph Curry, top 10 player of all time. Klay Thompson, future Hall of Famer. Draymond Green, he's going to be in the Hall of Fame, Kings fans. Hate to say it, but I think Draymond's going to be. But you get the win. And now, the best part about it all, we can stick our chests out. We can puff our chests up. And Warriors fans, there's a lot of infighting right now. You mentioned it earlier. A lot of people are looking, man, some heads need to roll. I say the Warriors were broken last night, and Steph Curry, if you listen to him after the game, he seemed like a guy with no answers. Here's Steph on the team having a look inward, look in the mirror after last night's loss.
Yeah, obviously after this one, it's going to be tough to swallow just because you should have won that game. Played well enough to win for 40 minutes. And knowing the stretch that we've been on, we were really motivated. The in-season tournament was a motivator for sure. We knew we had to win by 12 to get out. And I was in your head trying to, get to the finish line, and then you end up losing it on top of it. So it's a tough pill to swallow for sure. Frustrating. I think we all got to look ourselves in the mirror and figure out what we individually can do better, in those deciding moments of a game, better decisions, better discipline to not foul, all the little things that we know what, impacts winning. And that's the only way we're going to get out of this little funk where, you're playing hard and you have nothing to show for it.
High flyer. This is a 4-time champ. This is a core that's been together for a decade. They know what it takes to win. But here's Steph Curry after the game sounded like a defeated man. They're 8-10 on the season. They struggled last year to make the playoffs. Remember, they were the 6th seed a year ago. This Warriors team, man. This ain't your mom and dad's Warriors. This ain't the Warriors team from 10 years ago, 8 years ago, 6 years ago.
Here's the deal. They started out rolling.
Yes.
They started out balling, okay? And then Steph goes down with an injury. They start losing a few. Then Draymond comes with the suspension.
Yeah.
They start losing a few more. It started going down when Steph got hurt. So now it's almost like they're on a downhill spiral and your brakes don't work. They can't put on the brakes. The best they can do is hopefully they can slide to a stop, but they're still going downhill.
Yesterday, when you looked at the way they came out, because we said it earlier before the game, I said, we're going to get the best shot the Warriors have.
Mm-hmm.
And in the first half, we did.
Yeah.
Clay was hitting.
Wig was
balling.
On fire.
I was like, what?
Yes.
Steph was doing Steph things. But are they at a point where they can't sustain it? They can't play great ball for 48 minutes?
I don't know about that, but I really have to agree with this because, we had got reports and everything, and, everybody's saying that, Wig had been going through family problems. He was struggling. Yeah. Okay. And, Clay ain't the Clay of old. He was struggling. So when they came out last night, I'm like, that looked like vintage Clay to me.
Yeah.
And, that looked like championship
Wiggins
to me. I'm like, these dudes, like, they ready, because Steph is always Steph.
Right. Steph is still great. Yeah.
Draymond Green stepped back and hit a 3-pointer. I'm like, Lord have mercy, it's going to be one of those nights. When Dray hit a 3, it's like, oh,
right. Exactly.
So, yeah, that first quarter, I was worried big time. Big time. But the one thing that I like is that, and I'm pretty sure this comes from Coach Brown because all the players have been saying it. He's like, no matter what happened, you stay the course. You stay the course, and at some point, you're going to break through. Now, that breakthrough didn't come until a long time, but they did break through.
They did break through, and they broke the Warriors, 916-339-1140. We talked about Draymond, first game back from suspension.
Mm-hmm.
This dude couldn't even last a full game without picking up another technical. His antics you said it too. We'll tolerate your antics as long as we win it, and you helping us win.
Right?
Now, you could argue Draymond is helping them lose.
He's a hindrance to the team.
Exactly. He's a hindrance to the team. And he picked up that technical, and I thought it was well-deserved. People are saying, well, he was just making a motion for a carry. It was more than that. It was everything leading up to that high fly.
See, you have to go by this man's pedigree. If that's just a regular cat, he probably won't get that technical. But this is Draymond Green. He just came off a suspension, dog, for LAPD choking the cat out. All right? He straight choked Rudy Gobert out. Karl Anthony Towns was like, let him go, dog. You're turning blue. Let him go.
Let him go. Let him go.
But the very next time your feet hit the floor, if you got anything to say, bro, you're on a short leash right now. And his leash is short with the refs.
Yes.
And after last night's performance, and they lost, and like I said, the turning point to that game is when he got that technical.
When he got the tech.
His leash is going to be shortened by the Warriors.
And it should be.
Because we all said that the only reason Draymond Green gets away is because the Warriors organization has been protecting him. But when they stop protecting him, it's a wrap.
I'm looking at the YouTube chat. Thank you, Draymond. Draymond thinks he could do anything he wants. Draymond's flop was right before his tee. You saw that flop too? Come on, man. Come on, bro. You're supposed to be big, bad, and tough. You're supposed to be the junkyard dog, and you flopping around like that?
Hey, Hey, that performance was better than Alonzo in training day.
You know what? And I wonder if the Warriors are getting tired of it. Here's what Steph Curry, Jay. Let's play Steph Curry on Draymond Green and his fire and his passion. Here's what Steph had to say after the game.
I ain't gonna lie. If that was anybody else, that's the one. He's passionate, and there's conversations, and he's shown in past that when he gets fiery, you kind of know where the limit is. The carry sign and all that, I was doing the same thing right behind him, and they gave him the tech just because that's kind of what you expect him to do in that kind of situation. And I told him just refocus at that point and let's just hoop. But that was a dumb tech for sure. Just we all do that. Like, did you see the carry? Did you see the carry type thing? So for him, be fiery, be competitive, be who you are. But we all need to be mindful of not getting distracted and just try to play basketball.
What you think of what Steph said? That's Steph trying to be politically correct, diplomatic.
Okay. Did you see that series? Because I'm watching it. I'm watching, and my eyesight is pretty good. Depending upon who you are, I can read some lips out there.
Yes.
And I'm watching this beautiful high definition screen that we have to where you can see the mole on the side of a player's cheek. When he got that technical, Steph ran up on him and said, "Man, what are you doing?" Then Draymond turns around and tells Steph, "That's some BS, man." And they kind of went at it a little bit right there at that free throw line. And then Steph had to say, "Okay, you right. Let's play."
Let's play.
Because him and Draymond was going back and forth.
And the thing about that, people's like, "Oh, it's just the carry. He's just doing that." Steph said, "I did it too." But Steph, you didn't flop before that. You didn't get up in Mitchell Irvin's face before that. You're not arguing the officials on every call. It's your first game back, Draymond Green. And what do? I don't want to say you cost your team the game, but you didn't help them win it. You didn't help him win it.
I will say this about Draymond Green, too. Bro, you are a known felon. You are a known felon.
NBA, yeah.
I mean, your picture might be in the post office. You are a known felon.
Yes.
So whatever little infraction you do, as soon as the police pull you over and they run your license plate and they run your driver's license, they see the records you got, they pulling you out the car. I don't care what you've done, they are pulling you out the car. And it's like, your leash is short, bro.
Yes.
It is short. And the more that the referees start, making you pay for it, the more the Golden State Warriors are going to start looking and saying,
I don't know if it's worth it, right? It's not worth it.
We need this dude off the floor. And especially, Katie, come on, especially when you got a cat like Moses Moody knocking him down.
Moses Moody.
You know what? I'm going to keep bringing that up.
He's probably the saltiest of the Warriors right now. He's like, what more I got to do to get some burn? What more I got to do to get some burn?
Hey, he ain't salty because he's like, y'all saw what I did.
Y'all saw it wasn't on me.
It wasn't on me.
I ain't lose that game.
Hey, I can't shoot it from the bench.
Hey, we got much more with the High Flyer coming up. Don't forget, in 30 minutes, we got our guy, Jim Jackson, joining us. You're listening to The Drive, guys, here on Sactown Sports 1140.
Last season, the Sacramento Kings gave us a little bit of everything. A Pacific Division title, GM of the Year, Coach of the Year, Clutch Player of the Year, All-Stars and All-NBA performers. Plus, we got to light the beam.
Here's a steal by Fox, the breakaway. He's got the rip with the left hand.
What does this season have in store? Find out. Each and every Sacramento Kings game can be heard right here on your proud home of the Beam team, Sactown Sports at SactownSports.com.
All new spring deals are here at Lowe's. Start planting your garden this weekend with Bonnie 11.8-ounce vegetables. Buy 4 for $10. Plus, liven up your patios and decks with fresh blooms. Select 1.5-gallon hanging baskets or 2 for $20. Lowe's knows spring. Lowe's knows home improvement. Offers valid through 5/17. In-store only. Actual plant size and selection varies by location. While supplies last, excludes Alaska and Hawaii.
The 49ers report. Brought to you by EB Stone. EB Stone, for the life of your garden. The 49ers feasted on Seattle for Thanksgiving, dominating their bitter rivals on the road, 31-13. Running back Christian McCaffrey led the way with 139 scrimmage yards and 2 touchdowns on 24 touches. San Francisco is now 8-3 on the season. The Red and Gold have an extra 3 days rest before heading to Philadelphia for a pivotal NFC rematch with the league leaders Sunday afternoon.
Celebrating over a century as a family-owned business, EB Stone has gathered invaluable insights into nurturing plant growth. Venture into indoor planting with EB Stone's Edna's Best indoor and outdoor potting soil. Watch your little plants flourish into ideal indoor companions for the whole family to relish during the holidays. EB Stone's indoor and outdoor potting soil is a meticulously crafted blend of essential ingredients. Your plants will thrive both indoors and outdoors. Trust EB Stone for the entire lifespan of your garden. Explore more gardening tips, products, and find nearby locations at ebstone.org. Wishing you a season filled with joy and flourishing greenery.
Prestigio Jewelers Black November sale is on all month long. Get amazing doorbuster deals while supplies last. 1 carat diamond earrings only $449. Wedding sets starting at only $899. 70% off gold chains and much more. Get quick and easy credit approval and low monthly payments at Prestigio Jewelers. No credit, bad credit, even bankruptcy, you're approved. Prestigio Jewelers guarantees your credit up to $10,000. Shop designer brands such as Cartier, Gucci, Bulova, and Citizen. Visit us today or online at prestigiojewelers.com. See store for details.
Sactown Sports is home to the Kings, Niners, and now the business of sports. Hosted by Kelly Brothers and brought to you by Cap Trust, offering customized, independent financial advice at captrust.com. Join Kelly Brothers, Carmichael, Dave, and Jason as they look at the business of sports every Thursday at 7:40 a.m. You want to know how sports really work? Follow the money with Kelly Brothers from Cap Trust on Sactown Sports.
From the Power Business Technology Toshiba Studios, KHTK-AM Sacramento, KYMX HD2 Sacramento, the only station in Sacramento giving you local sports coverage from 6 a.m. to 6 p.m. Monday through Friday.
Sactown.
Coming
You
right back.
well rested? You feeling all right?
I went to the doctor this morning, man. He said, I'm good. Blood pressure right.
You got that checkup, that little physical?
Yes, sir.
You know,
Hey, I do it every 4 months, man. I'm trying to stay around for a while.
I tell you what, I got to do that, man. That's real talk, right?
Really,
I really got to do
what?
that.
Us as brothers, man, we got to go to the doctor. You got to get it checked.
You know what? I'm going to make an appointment. I appreciate that.
Yes, sir.
Because, ever since COVID, it's like going to the doctor has been like hard to get appointments and, especially moving out here and everything, trying to find the right doctor. And so I'm going to do that, man. I appreciate that.
You really need to, man, because, it's things that can be lingering that you won't even know what's going on. I got a story I can tell you. I'm going to tell it to you off air.
Off air, yeah.
But you know what? Scared me to death.
Really?
Scared me to death.
Okay.
And I went to the doctor the very next day. And believe me, I get checked. Come on. We work for the NBA.
Yep.
We got very good health coverage.
Yep.
I'm going every 4 months.
Every 4 months.
Every 4 months they see me.
Okay. All right.
And my doctor's like, Mr. Turner, you are the most healthiest client I have. I can see you maybe twice a year, maybe a year. I'm like, no. I work for the league, bro. You see me every 4 months.
4 months.
Yeah, because if you find something in me, I want you to catch it early.
Early. Yeah, you don't want to be like, oh man, we caught it late, and then no, you're right. You know who caught some things yesterday? Warriors caught some bodies. That's right. Kings laid them out. I'm telling you, Kings laid them out last night. And my guy, De'Aaron Fox, I started to show off. He was the best player on the floor last night. And here's the thing that frustrates me the most. We get to see De'Aaron Fox every single night.
On a nightly, right?
Sometimes the shot won't fall.
Mm-hmm.
Sometimes you go 9-17 from the free throw line.
Ooh.
That happens. That happens.
That hurt, though.
But one thing we know about De'Aaron, he impacts the game more than the box score.
Oh, no doubt.
And so, in my eyes, knowing what he does for this team night in and night out, knowing the big moments he's had, he stood toe-to-toe, face-to-face with Steph Curry and outplayed Steph Curry. His team got the win in a game that meant something.
Mm-hmm.
You would think the narrative around him would be MVP candidate. Look at what he's doing with the Sacramento Kings, 10-6.
Right.
One of the top teams in the Western Conference. But no high fly.
I agree with
He's still not getting the love out there nationally.
And why?
You tell me.
I don't.
You didn't live in Sacramento. You from NorCal. You've been around.
I'm with you. I don't understand why that he don't get the love that he truly deserves. You know, I honestly felt like he should have been in on the All-Star last year. I'm like, De'Aaron should have made it, right? But then all of a sudden he didn't make it. He got put in. I'm like, okay, rightfully so that they righted their wrong.
Okay.
He's in there. He went there, showed up, showed out, did what he's supposed to do, and then he took this team to the playoffs.
Right.
Then he took the champs to 7. I'm like, y'all better recognize greatness when you see it. And it seems like they still don't want to give this dude his props. But I'm with D, and I know he's not going to stop. I'm like, you know what? If they don't want to open the door, what you have to do, you have to knock it in. You have to kick the door in. So keep beating the Golden State Warriors, all right? Keep going up against all these so-called top guards. You walk into Minnesota, they love Ant-Man. Yep. You walk into Minnesota, you give him the business on his home floor where they just went 7-0.
That was on ESPN, nationally televised game.
And you come home and get on TNT and give Steph Curry the business. You keep showing the national NBA audience who you are until you kick that door in.
And here's the thing. He just doesn't do it offensively. Mike Brown said it yesterday after the game. He talked about De'Aaron Fox, the two-way player. Let's hear from the coach on his star point guard.
I got to mention that De'Aaron Fox, what a game. And I say what a game from the standpoint that not only are we asking him to score, okay, we're asking him to score, push the pace, get guys involved, make plays for yourself and for others. We're asking him to do that at a high level. But if you want the definition of a two-way player, you look at that second half tonight. And he went from guarding Klay Thompson to Steph Curry, back to Klay Thompson to Steph Curry, guarded Draymond a little bit. I mean, he was all over the place defensively. That's the definition of a two-way player. Put him in Webster's.
There you go, high flyer.
And in case y'all don't know what Webster's is, that's the dictionary.
Oh, yeah. These young... You're right about it. These youngins might not know, huh?
Yeah, that's the dictionary. That's a book.
Do you agree with Mike Brown?
Yeah.
Two-way player.
You know, watching him last night, you have to. You know, he went from point guard to two guard to small forward to power forward. And then I told you, down in the post, wrestling with Sarge. Sarge only plays one position for the Golden State Warriors. Yep. That's the 5. He was down in the post tussling with him. Man, I saluted the brother after the game. I'm like, you know what? You wanted to win this game. It's apparent. You see it. He wanted to win.
And the thing about De'Aaron, and we saw it when he, in college, when he went against UCLA and Lonzo back in the day. He lit him up.
Mm-hmm.
Lit him up.
Now,
De'Aaron gets up for that mono. He's a dog, dude. When he sees Steph, when he sees Ant-Man, he gets up for him.
Didn't I tell you, bro?
You told me that. I told me that.
And you know what? And Steph feels the same way because he gets up for De'Aaron. That's where you know you get your respect. When the other all-stars like, oh, no, bro. You about to get all this smoke because I respect you that much, but because I know what you're capable of doing. So I'm with that. But as far as De'Aaron, man, I love what he did. Like I said, the only thing, if I had to nitpick, I'm like, come on, D, we got to lock in at that free throw line.
Yeah.
Because think about it. if not just De'Aaron, the whole team would have locked in at the free throw line, they would have made our heart population a little bit better by the third quarter because we wouldn't have been down that big.
27 of 42 from the free throw line last night, the Sacramento Kings.
You got to shoot better.
You got to shoot better.
Got to shoot better.
They won that game in spite of their free throw shooting.
In spite of the free throw shooting. If they would have shot the free throw better, I mean, the game would have been won probably in the beginning of the fourth.
Yeah.
And it would have been a much tighter game.
You're right. Sacramento, we want to hear from you, 916-339-1140. Let's get to the phone lines right now. Our guy AC is on line one. AC, you're on with Drapes in the High Flyer. What's happening, man?
You guys are having too much fun working with each other.
Yeah, it's not bad, right? You know what I mean? It beats digging ditches, that's for sure.
Hey, we are having fun. I give you that.
Yeah, I called in yesterday and told you it'd be a big game, and I've been sick this week. But you know the best thing about being sick? I got to bask all day long in Sports 1140, talk about the game last night. But
nice.
the thing I don't like about Draymond, I just got to say this, is, you know, there was a day when Karl Malone and Dennis Rodman were wrestling on the ground, literally, and then they would both pop up and start running down the court. They didn't, like, get mad at each other or anything. They knew that it was competition. That's what I don't like about Draymond Green. He's a bad sport, and he's putting out a bad example for people out there. I just got to say that. Anyway.
All right, AC, thanks for the call. What do you think about that High Fly? Keep it real, bro. You know, you all, rolling the eyes and everything. Tell me what you really feel about it.
You know what? I played with both of those guys.
Yep.
You know, and back then it was a much more physical game. You know, we talked about it with Mitch Richmond. It was like, oh yeah, we used to touch guys up. You know, coming down through that middle, you can right your wrong. You know, no doubt. And, I was the type of player that I would do this, KD. If I had a guy that was all over me, first thing I would do was I would go to the referee and say, hey, ref, look, get him off me. And if the ref didn't get him off me, I'll go to him and say, okay, ref, if you're not going to get him off me, I'm going to get him off me. And if he didn't make a call, oh, yeah, believe me, I got him off me.
With a little elbow or something like that?
Hey, it's going to be something. It's going to be something. But I'm going to get
Do you miss that part of the game?
Oh, my God.
That physicality that...
You have no idea. Nothing gets my skin boiling and get my blood boiling like being out there on the floor competing, man. I told you, it's nothing that we can do that's going to give us that exact same high.
Yeah. Let's get to Steve right now. Steve has been hanging on. Steve, you're on with Drapes at High Flyer. What's happening?
You want to talk about getting something blood boiling? Let me tell you, and this is some advice for your listeners if they want to control their high blood pressure. Stay away from putting up Christmas lights. It is the worst freaking thing you can do. That's just my PSA for today. But you guys were talking about physical exams and things like that. So I wonder if does the NBA offer you guys the ability to get, and not to turn this into a medical show, you're not Dean Adele, but I'm just wondering, do they offer you the ability to get MRIs to screen for things like early, pancreatic cancer and things like that? Because, the average Joe can't get that, but I'm wondering if they really will allow you guys to do that, to pick up those types of things. Because by the time you pick up pancreatic cancer, it's too late, in terms of symptoms. You got to screen for with these other kinds of tests. I'm just wondering. It just piqued my curiosity.
Okay. Nah, Steve, they don't, right? Like, I don't know if High Flyer might be in a different category than me.
It just depends upon. Yeah, I am, because okay. I get medical through the Players Association also.
Oh, do you? Oh, yeah. See, the former player. Yeah, yeah.
It just depends upon what you need. Because basically, you go to the doctor, you get screened or whatever, and if they diagnose something, and then they take it to the next level. So yeah, we are covered.
But you're a former player.
True, that's what I'm saying.
Yeah. See, y'all got that good health insurance.
Well, I put out there on the hardwood.
Yeah, exactly. You put in the work to earn that. You're right about that. Hey, we got much more with the High Flyer coming up. Coming up in about 15 minutes, our guy Jim Jackson is going to join us. He's going to help us preview this matchup with the Clippers tonight. You can also see him on TNT as well and CBS. We'll get his thoughts on the Sacramento Kings. Plus, we'll continue to take your calls. 916-339-1140. You're on with Drapes and the High Flyer here on Sactown Sports 1140.
Can the Niners build off their NFC Championship appearance from last season? How will the quarterbacks perform throughout the year?
Purdy back, now going to throw for the end zone, wide open, Brandon Ayuk.
defense lead this squad again.
Intercepted. Ball got tipped up and taken by Fred Warner.
Get all your 49er coverage throughout the NFL season on Sactown Sports and SactownSports.com.
Some days I cover up because of my moderate to severe plaque psoriasis. Now I'm hitting the road with clearer skin thanks to Skyrizi, Risankizumab Rizep, a prescription-only 150 milligram injection for adults who are candidates for systemic or phototherapy. With Skyrizi, 3 out of 4 people achieved 90% clearer skin at 4 months. And Skyrizi is just 4 doses a year after 2 starter doses.
Don't use if allergic to Skyrizi. Serious allergic reactions and an increased risk of infections or a lower ability to fight them may occur. Before treatment, your doctor should check for infection and tuberculosis. Tell your doctor if you have an infection or symptoms such as fever, sweats, chills, muscle aches, or cough, or if you plan to or recently received a vaccine.
Thanks to Skyrizi, there's nothing on my skin, and that means everything. Your doctor today about Skyrizi, the #1 dermatologist prescribed biologic in psoriasis, and visit skyrizi.com or call 1-866-SKY-RIZZI to learn more.
Fox now drives, gets into the paint, squares up, draws the foul, scores the basket. The first time since the early minutes of the ball game when the Kings led 8-7. They are on top, 111-110. 24 points now for Fox.
The Drive Guys, live and local, every afternoon, Monday through Friday on Sactown Sports.
Back here on Sactown Sports, 1140 Drapes in the High Flyer. Appreciate you guys tuning in, driving home, driving to the game on the YouTube channel. You can also text us, 916-339-1140. Mike on the YouTube chat says, you two are great for 1140. Turner, keep up the good work with Drapes, man. We are all this week together, bro.
All this week, man, I get to hang out with my man. That's all I'm doing. I'm just hanging. That's
it's
all.
Just 2 guys hanging out, right?
Hey, exactly.
Talking sports.
Hey, you and Whitey drive the car. I'm just sitting in the back seat, dog. That's all.
That's where the money at in the back seat, though. I might be. I ain't your butler or your chauffeur, though, bro.
You ain't gonna drive Miss Daisy?
I'm your point guard. How about that? Can I get that? Yes, I'm the point guard, lobbing it up for you like that. You can throw it down.
Throw the alley-oop, baby. I'm gonna grab it.
You got it.
I'm gonna grab it.
124-123, your final last night. Continuing to, as our last caller said, bask in the glow, the glory of the Sacramento Kings win over the Golden State Warriors. I want to continue this conversation about De'Aaron Fox because we're seeing the elevation of him, the evolution of De'Aaron Fox, and to my eyes, an MVP candidate. I looked at NBA.com. You know, they do this MVP tracker, and De'Aaron's not even listed, really. They got the top 10 guys. Hold on, High-Five. Let me run this down for you.
See, now
here's their time. I know.
You're trying to bring down my high, man.
No, man, I'm trying to get that blood pressure up a little bit.
I see that, and I just came from the doctor, dog. I was doing good.
The NBA MVP ladder. And my question is, where's De'Aaron Fox? Number 1, Jokic.
Okay. He's a champ. I give it to him.
Luka, number 2.
I hate that.
Exactly. Embiid, number 3.
You know what?
Okay.
MVP.
He's an MVP.
Right.
Shai Gilgeous-Alexander, number 4.
I like Shai.
Yes.
I like Shai. Shai is doing some big things down there, man, but they give Shai more love than they give De'Aaron.
That's what I'm saying. That's what I'm talking about.
They are basically 2 of the same. When you talk about 2 young point guards that's holding their own and bringing their organization up, they're doing the exact same thing.
You're going to get even more mad here in a minute. Jason Tatum at 5. Tatum's that dude.
Yes,
he's that dude.
Yes, no doubt.
No arguing.
No doubt.
Right?
None.
Anthony Edwards at 6.
I like what AE does, but once again, like Shai, he's another one. Another young guard that's putting his team on his back and elevating his organization. Anthony, Shai, De'Aaron in the same boat.
Here's where you're going to get upset, though. And we love this guy. Tyrese Halliburton is number 7 on the NBA.com MVP tracker right now.
And you know that why? You know what? And I love
we
Reed.
love Tyrese.
Won't ever hate on Reed.
Exactly.
Never. I love the dude. But the only reason why he's getting that love, he's in the East. The West is a beast.
Right. The
West is a whole nother monster. But he is getting and let's not get it twisted. Tyrese is putting in work. He's
great.
He's putting in mad work.
Yes.
But he's not over those three that we just talked about.
No, I agree 100% with you. Let me continue this list because I'm going to let you know when we get to De'Aaron Fox. Number 8, Kevin Durant.
KD gets it because he's KD.
It's KD. All right.
You know what? Because I'll tell you this.
Yeah.
I'm definitely on the boat of out with the old, in with the new.
You ready for the new guard?
I'm ready for I'm ready for the new new crew of stars in the NBA.
Taking over.
You know what? Steph is coming to an end. He my man, he's still playing. LeBron is coming to an end. KD is coming to an end. Kawhi Leonard, Paul George, Russell Westbrook, all of those guys that have been running the league for years. By the time it's starting to catch up, it's time for the Shays. It's time for the De'Aarons.
The Anthony Edwards.
Yeah, the Anthony Edwards, the Halliburton. It's time for those guys.
What about Giannis at 9?
I think he's a little underrated.
Underrated, right?
Ooh,
let me keep going here because I'm trying to make a point.
You know what, though? Greek Freak needs to be there, bro.
No, he got, All right, LeBron at 10.
For what he's done for the NBA,
okay.
I'm not going to hate on the King.
Now, that's the top 10. They got the others. The others.
Right.
Bam Adebayo. Anthony Davis.
Whoa.
Tyrese Maxey.
Stop.
De'Aaron Fox.
Wait. We're going to stop at Anthony Davis. Oh, Lord.
This is what I'm talking about, though.
Here we go. Anthony Davis is a hell of a player. We'll give him that. Yeah. Anthony Davis, when engaged, Anthony Davis, when healthy, Anthony Davis, when his mind is right, is unstoppable in the NBA. But this cat, number one, can't stay healthy. Number two, won't stay engaged. I'm like, there's no way you put Anthony Davis on that list, bro. He hasn't gotten it done. He has a championship. I will give you that.
Yeah.
But he's playing with the King.
He's playing with LeBron. Right. But that's what upsets me as a Kings employee, broadcaster, fan. It's like we know AD is great when healthy and when he's played and engaged. But to put De'Aaron Fox in the others category with Tyrese Maxey is listed as an other.
Max balling though, right?
He's balling. But come on, man. Come on. He ain't even the best player on his team.
Like I said, I'm on the mind frame of out with the old, in with the new. So a couple of those cats on that list, them old cats,
get them out of here. Huh? Get them out of here.
Yeah. We on to the next realm of superstars because they deserve it.
What does De'Aaron Fox need to do to get more love nationally in these kind of voting?
KD, he can't do anything more, dude.
Right.
He got clutch player of the year. The dude had more fourth quarter points than anybody in the league. He broke a 16-year drought for the playoffs. I mean, what else could this dude bring? A partridge in a pear tree? I mean, come on. What else you going to want this dude to do?
And to De'Aaron's credit, he's not one of those dudes out there politicking for these awards or anything like that. In fact, he sat down with Mark Spears of Anscape. Check it out, anscape.com. A great article, a great Q&A. Mark asked him, is the NBA Most Valuable Player Award a goal for you? Fox said, quote, I want to continue to play at a high level. If I win it, cool. If I don't, I mean, that's fine. I never just sat here and said I want to win MVP, but I feel like it's a real possibility, but I have to be at a high level more often than at a good level. I want to be great in this league. That's De'Aaron Fox's word. If he wins it, cool. He wants to, yes, but it's not something that drives him or motivates him. He later on went on to say he's trying to bring a title here to Sacramento. That's his motivation.
There we are right now. Now you done rung my bell. I'm with that. You know what? I look at it like this. A championship needs to be more important than MVP. You know, Joel Embiid got MVP. He didn't get no championship. Okay, MVP is a great honor. You know, I have never been even close, haven't even sniffed it, so I can't even talk about it. But I can talk about this, the meaningful impact of MVP or champion. When you get that ring, man, that's the end-all, be-all. It's been great players that have come through this league that have been MVP, multi-time All-Stars, but they still have not gotten a championship. So for De'Aaron to have his mind set on, okay, you know what? Yeah, MVP. I'm pretty sure I can go out there and try to get that. You know, he's in a league to where he runs a basketball team. He's the head of the snake. He can play to say, you know what, I want to be MVP and try to go out there and get it. But that don't constitute that MVP is not going to constitute a championship.
You know, we're going to see a player out there tonight, James Harden. He got MVP.
Yes.
He ain't got no chip though.
Far from it.
Russell Westbrook. He got MVP.
Another one.
He ain't got no chip though.
First ballot Hall of Famers. Both of them. Both of them don't have a chip. Don't have a chip. So, you know, at the end all be all, if you want to be in that pantheon conversation, you know, if you don't have a championship,
you got to have that, right?
You can't be in a conversation.
Ain't no top 10 players, top 20 players without a championship.
Man, let me tell you this. When the Dream Team was first assembled, the boys played over in Spain. They was in Barcelona. I was playing in Madrid at that time. So I went down to Barcelona and watched them. I knew Chris Mullin. We was kind of cool or whatever.
Yeah.
Michael, Magic, and Bird was having a conversation on the back of the bus. Chris Mullin told me this. They had a conversation on the back of the bus. Had it going. Charles Barkley, who was considered the best player at that time on the Dream Team because he was killing it.
Yep.
He tried to come in and talk in the conversation. They turned around and said, hey. Matter of fact, you need to get up and go to the front of the bus. If you ain't got a championship, you can't even
They put him at the kids' table?
You can't even join this conversation.
Wow. And that's Charles Barkley. First ballot Hall of Fame.
Charles Barkley. Magic, Michael, and Bird was like, if you don't have a championship, you can't even come to this conversation, man. Go sit over there.
Oh, my gosh. Hey, we're going to continue this conversation. Coming up next, our special guest, Jim Jackson, the former Sacramento King. He's going to be joining me, Drapes, and the High Flyer. You're listening to The Drive, guys, here on Sactown Sports 1140.
Two of the
Get year-end pricing during Happy Honda Days at Folsom Lake Honda, your one-stop Honda shop. Folsom Lake Honda is your one-stop Honda shop for great pricing on our entire selection of new CRVs, HRVs, Ridgeline Civics, and Accords. Plus, with low finance and lease options, now's the time to buy. Hurry in and save during Happy Honda Days at Folsom Lake Honda, or go to folsomlakehonda.com.
Folsom Lake Honda, yeah, your one-stop Honda shop.
Power Business Technology is proud to be 100% independent, locally owned, and managed Toshiba copier dealer. Local ownership cuts out the red tape, allowing ourselves to never be too busy to personally answer the call when our clients need us. Recognized for excellence in service execution, training, and customer service, we're proud to be named a 2022 Toshiba ProMasters Elite Dealer. Contact us today for all of your business printing needs at 844-POWER-BZ. That's 844-769-3729, or visit us at PowerCopier.com.
Jim Gaffigan here with some more Straight Talk. Let's take a moment to appreciate our sweet children, loving grandparents, and eternal soulmates. Now let's use them to save money on wireless. Because with the Straight Talk Silver Plan, you get 4 lines for just $25 a month with unlimited data and no contracts. So add those human pawns, loved ones, and save money. Thanks, kids. They're finally worth it. Straight Talk Wireless, available at Walmart.
Get 4 lines on Silver Unlimited for $25 per line per month, plus taxes and fees. For data management practices and additional terms, visit straighttalk.com.
Who has the largest selection of golf merchandise in Northern California? The Hagen Oaks Golf Super Shop. It's the go-to store for golf bags, apparel, equipment, lessons, club fittings, novelty items, and more. With their low price guarantee, complimentary gift boxes, and gift cards for your golfer, it's the Hagen Oaks Golf Super Shop. Add convenient online shopping and effortless after-Christmas return policy, and you'll see why the Hagen Oaks Golf Super Shop is the #1 choice for golfers everywhere. Fulton Avenue at the Cap City Freeway, or online at hagenoaks.com.
This holiday season, create a fun and joyful memory for you and your loved ones. Come light the world and help those in need through the Giving Machine in the Roseville Galleria Mall, November 16th through December 10th, and in Modesto at Valley Fair Mall, December 11th through January 2nd. Choose from local charities serving your community or from global charities worldwide. Come feel the Christmas spirit at the Giving Machine. Learn more at givingmachine.greatersacramentomodesto.org. This is the moment you've been waiting for. Hanley's Kia in Davis is bringing you an unbeatable deal on all 2024 Kia models. Drive home in style without breaking the bank. Introducing Hanley's Kia incredible leasing option for just $199 a month. Picture yourself behind the wheel of a brand new 2024 Kia, loaded with the latest features and cutting-edge technology. Whether it's the sleek Niro Hybrid with 54 mpg and EV6 with up to 310 miles, the versatile Sportage, or the family-friendly Telluride, at Hanley's Kia, you can also reserve your luxurious full-size EV9 with 3 rows that has the comfort of a stylish interior and the peace of mind that comes with driving a brand you can trust. Head over to Hanley's Kia today, located in Davis.
New 2024 Kia Niro Hybrid EX for $199 per month for 36 months after $7,999 customer cash due at signing plus $300 military customer rebate. 10,000 miles per year and 20 cents per mile after 30,000 miles based on sale price $30,545 and payment excludes taxes and DMV fees and any dealer fees. Vehicle ID number R5136138.
At Jim Boy's Tacos, you get a lot of flavor for under $10. Our classic #2 combo meal spreads cheer with a farm-dusted ground beef taco, scratch-made bean and cheese burrito, and a soft drink. So jingle on down to Jim Boy's or order online at participating locations.
What's the one gift everyone loves? Something cozy. I just went to Kohl's and got some really great and really cozy finds, all for under $20 with the extra 20% going on. Like a sweater for $11.99, a big one throw for $11.99, and a pair of slippers for just $14.39. Plus, I earned Kohl's cash. So yeah, hit up Kohl's for your holiday shopping and thank me later. Select styles, some exclusions apply. Offers end November 29th. See store or Kohl's.com for details.
Clippers here inside Golden One Center. It's my honor to welcome in the 14-year NBA vet, former Sacramento King, Ohio State's finest. You can find him on the Clippers TV broadcast, CBS, TNT. Our guy, Jim Jackson. Jim, you're on with Drapes and the High Flyer. How you doing, man?
I'm good, fellas. I'm good. How you doing?
Man, hanging in here, bro.
Good, man. Hey, we're not interrupting your nap. I know you're getting ready for the night's game and everything, a big game here inside Golden One Center. How you feeling about tonight?
You know what, man? After that game last night, I mean, it was bananas, and I could feel the energy through the TV in the building. It's such an emotional type of game, especially for Sacramento to finally kind of get over the hump to beat Golden State, a team that's kind of been a pain in their side, so to speak. So, to muster up that mental energy to come right back against a team with the Clippers who, coming off a disappointing loss against Denver, it's going to be interesting to see what the vibe is like the first 3 to 5 minutes of this game, man.
I mean, JJ, you've been here, bro. You've been a king. You've been in this city. You've seen what's going on over there at Arco Arena. And now we're here in the G1, and, we got the new team. We got the beam and all this other things, man. Tell us what you think about the difference in, what's going on compared to where you was at when we were here playing.
Well, I mean, with Arco, it was just, one of the best experiences I've had playing basketball. For a couple of different reasons. One, of course, the atmosphere was there. It wasn't always like that with Sacramento, but Sacramento has always had some great basketball fans, even through the lean times, in the 80s and early 90s with, Mitch Richmond, Bobby Hurley, and those crew back in the day. But I enjoyed so much of my time because of the respect that, the fans had for the game and the team and of course, the roster. During the time when I was here with C-Web and Vladdy and Mike and Bobby and Paige, and that whole crew was just a special time. Now, you kind of look at this Kings team, it took some time for them to figure the right chemistry, the right personnel, more importantly, the right coach. And Mike Brown has been through a lot. He's grown since his days in Cleveland, even in L.A., and being an assistant with San Antonio and Golden State. And it's all come together, and I'm happy for them. I really am. I mean, the timing is perfect. The roster construction fits what Mike Brown wants to do. And, you know, more importantly, man, your superstars, they're low maintenance, which makes it a lot easier for a coach to kind of implement the kind of system that he has. And now the rest of the troops just follow in line.
Jim Jackson, you could catch him on the Clippers broadcast getting ready for tonight's matchup between the Kings and the Clippers. JJ, when you look at the Western Conference, I looked at it, and I looked at some of the names and some of the teams. There's about 11 to 12 teams that could all make the playoffs. Somebody with a big name is going to be left out. Where do you see the Kings and how they stack up with, let's say, you guys, Lakers, Warriors, some of the other teams in the Western Conference?
I mean, they're right there. They proved that last year. Now, the important part, like with any team, I don't care who it is, guys, you've been around enough to know this. And Sacramento was kind of the poster child last year of being healthy. I mean, you got 8 rotational players playing over 70-plus games. That allows you to have a continuity that a lot of teams don't have. And when you have health along with, you know, a talented roster with a good you're going to have a chance to compete at a high level. And that's the key with any of the teams, you know, in the Western Conference, Eastern Conferences. Can you finish the season whole? Can you go through the dog days of the season where your roster is not impacted by major injuries? And the early season is so important in regards to how you win games when you're supposed to. Like, you know, last night was a big game. The Clippers have found themselves in situations where they dropped some games. We dropped some games that we probably should have won, that hopefully don't come back to hurt us later on. So there's so many different dynamics and factors that go into it, but health is a big cause of that. I mean, a big reason why teams are successful or not. But Sacramento, you know, Denver, Clippers, OKC, Phoenix, you know, all these teams have a shot. It's just a matter of who can come out, I think, health once we get around to April.
Now, JJ, back when I was in the league, you were down in Dallas with Jake Kidd and Mash, and you guys were probably like one of the first big threes out there, you know, really trying to have to figure it out how all three of you guys were going to just play with one ball, and you guys figured that out. Now, seeing that you guys got four first ballot Hall of Famers, man, how is it, you know, how is it going to where they're going to be able to figure out and keep all these guys healthy?
That's a great question. But, you know, it depends on where you're at in your career. You saw it happen with Boston, with Kevin Garnett and Paul Pierce and Ray Allen. Now, they were at a different part of their career. You know, a little bit older. They were settled in. They knew who they were. They accomplished everything they wanted. So they were able to figure out how to work things out. Now, the difference being their talents didn't overlap, meaning they all played a different position, which allowed them to kind of coordinate a lot better. The challenge you have with situation is you have 4 players who pretty much need the ball in their hands to be really effective. And that's a challenge from a coaching perspective on how you institute plays, how you get guys to their spots, how you get the number of shots. So it's not as easy a transition. But I'll say this, that if the bottom line is winning games and winning a championship or ultimately competing for one, those egos have to be left to the side, and you do have to sacrifice, because the biggest thing is, guys, you know this, the sacrifice is worth it in the end if the reward is getting to a finals and ultimately winning, and everybody benefits from that. So I think we're starting to see a little bit at the beginning. It's tough trying to figure out how guys fit into this puzzle. You know, James needs the ball, Kawhi, Paul, and then Russ. But I do believe that with Coach Todd Lue, if they really buy into what he's preaching and selling, they can be successful. But it takes time, man. It's not easy. It's really not easy. And we haven't seen a team that come together, you know, early in the season or with this kind of change that have won a championship. Some have went, of course, Miami in their first year. But it does take time.
Right. Jim Jackson joining us. You can catch him on the Clippers TV broadcast tonight. Clippers against Sacramento. I want to stick right there, JJ, because you had the Harden trade. Russ decides to come off the bench. And when you look at the narrative out there, it seems like some people are taking glee in the Clippers' struggles since the trade. What's the vibe like inside the organization? Is there a level of patience with what's going on? Because you know, JJ, guys are up after this season too. Do they feel a sense of urgency that it has to work this year?
Yeah, for a number of different reasons. Even without the Harden trade, I think that was a really prevalent idea because you're moving into a new arena. You have some contracts with the big three with Russ and PG and Kawhi. You haven't been able to accomplish as much as you wanted to over the years outside of a Western Conference Finals back a few years ago because of. So there are a lot of factors. Now, the outside noise, I think it has a lot to do with Harden himself and what he brings to the table, whether that's good or bad. You know, maybe if it was another superstar that wasn't James Harden, maybe you wouldn't get the same kind of vitriol a little bit that people are throwing around now. But that comes with the territory. When you've been through what James Harden has been through, good or bad. I thought he did an excellent job when he was in Brooklyn in regards to assume a different kind of role and playing point guard. But then again, with the Houston situation when he forced his way out, and then with Philly, it kind of negates what he did well and the sacrifices he made in Brooklyn. So when you bring him to a Clippers team that has struggled with an identity of health issues and guys not playing on the perception side, it's tough. But internally, I would say that there's a belief system that these guys can work together and get something done special. And they do have patience. They understood, too, that being professionals, and Lawrence Frank and Mark Hughes and even the coaching staff understood that just because you plug Harden, it doesn't mean that automatically all things are going to be solved. Because you create some other kind of issues that you have to deal with because of those dynamics, of those personalities and the way they play. So it's not as simple, but at the same time, that's what everybody gets paid the big bucks for, to try to figure it out.
Right. So JJ, Katie and I were sitting up here and we were talking about the MVP race, and we were trying to figure out why De'Aaron Fox don't get the looks that he should get. But I want to ask you, back in your day, because you was close, and as far as being one of those guys who would even be considered an MVP run, what would be more important to you, to win MVP or to win a championship?
See, that's a question. And the reason why is because championship is the ultimate goal. It depends on where you're at in your career and who you are. Okay, so yeah, some people, I want to win a championship, but I do want an MVP. For me, it's winning a championship because it's the ultimate team award. And I think you'll get, if you're the best player on the team, an MVP type of season will matriculate itself automatically. I think it comes with the territory. We saw that a little bit more. Now, there's been outliers, of course, that haven't been able to win the championship against MVP, Joel Embiid, for an example, last year. But I mean, it's funny when you take this poll, the right answer is going to be championship. But it depends on where a player. If you ask a player that's already gotten a championship that hasn't had an MVP, maybe it skews towards an MVP because that's something they haven't gotten. For me, you get your legacy by winning a championship. You can walk in different rooms by getting that ring. Now, people say, well, you can't do anything with the ring, but they're wrong. But at the same time, you're an elite company because there's only one team that's able to win that each and every year. And you're with a special group when that happens, especially when you forge a relationship with a team and you can always relive those moments. When you get an MVP, you relive the moment, but that's an individual accomplishment. When you get a championship and win a championship, you can celebrate that with your teammates forever.
Jim Jackson joining us. Catch him tonight on the Clippers broadcast. You'll also catch him on CBS and TNT. JJ, I'm going to let you get out of here with this. And this is a personal question for me. This is just for me. I grew up watching you. I was a big Ohio State fan. I love Jim Jackson, but I also like Calbert Chaney at Indiana. Tell me about. Calvin Chaney was my guy, man. Tell me about those head-to-head matchups, those duels back in the day.
And I hated chasing Calvert off all them screens, man, in Indiana, man. I swear to God. You know, it's funny because in college, you know, it's a big Ohio State-Michigan rivalry, but Indiana was our rival. It wasn't Michigan at the time. They had Fab Five in the beating us in the Elite Eight, but our challenge was always Bobby Knight and Indiana. So those battles, and think about this, it was at the time Calvert came in, Calvert wasn't the most highly recruited out that freshman class. Chris Reynolds, Lawrence Funderburk was in that class. So Calvert was like the third or fourth guy, but he ended up being the best out of all of them because of his size, sneaky athletic, left-handed. He was a battle every night, but it forced me to work on my game and be better each and every game because of what he brought to the table. And you guys, you know this. You love competition, man. Come on. You love to have that type of competition, especially going against Indiana, a national brand. Man, we loved every minute of it.
Hey, man, appreciate you jumping on with us. We'll see you out here at the arena. Jim Jackson, former Sacramento King. People forget he played on his Kings team. They were pretty good.
Hey, let me tell you.
They were pretty good.
Hey, let me tell you. And you talk about having that dog on the team.
JJ was the dog?
JJ was the dog, bro. See, there it is right there.
Jim, man, hey, bro, thank you so much, man. We'll see you later here at the arena, man.
Brother. Enjoy the game, too. All right.
All right, baby. Our guy, Jim Jackson, is joining us here on the Drive, guys. Drapes and High Flyer. Get back to your calls. 916-339-1140. High Flyer, I'm going to ask the people and you, now that the group stage is over, how much of a fan of the in-season tournament are you?
Okay.
I want your answer when we come back here. The Drive, guys, Sactown Sports, 1140.
Keegan Murray plays here.
Keegan scores another three-pointer. Keegan Murray knocking it down for 23 points. Match De'Aaron Fox for game scoring honors.
Sactown Sports is your proud home of the Sacramento Kings.
Guys, did you know your testosterone level impacts your energy, libido, sleep, weight, hair loss, mood, and even ED? And right now, Revive Men's Health Sacramento will check your testosterone for free. They've helped thousands of men since 2011 feel and perform better. They're so confident they can help you, they even guarantee it. Schedule your free testosterone test, exam, and consultation today. Call 916-277-8599. That's 916-277-8599. Or visit ReviveMen'sHealth.com.
Carmichael Dave here for Jiffy Lube, your proud sponsor of the Drive of the Game. Now listen to every Kings game for Gary Gerald's Drive of the Game call. Then listen to Jason and myself the next morning for a chance to win a $100 Jiffy Lube certificate, courtesy of all the Jiffy Lube locations in the greater Sacramento area. Get your vehicle ready for the holiday driving season at Jiffy Lube today. Oil changes, wiper blades, tire rotations, and more. For more information, go to jiffylube.com.
Fargo, the new virtual assistant from Wells Fargo, makes banking faster and easier. Like this.
Fargo, what's my checking account routing number?
And this.
Fargo, turn off my debit card.
And this.
Fargo, what did I spend on groceries last month?
And that's just the beginning. Do you Fargo? You can in the Wells Fargo mobile app. Learn more at wellsfargo.com/getfargo.
Terms and conditions apply. Your mobile carrier's availability and message and data rates may apply. Wells Fargo Bank, N.A. member FDIC.
At American Energy, their number one priority is making sure you and your family are comfortable in your home for the holidays. And that's why they're giving away a free whole home HVAC system to one lucky family in the greater Sacramento area. Now, if you or you know a family in need of being comfortable this winter, enter for your chance to win the American Energy Comfort Giveaway by going to the AEway.com today. You could win a free whole home HVAC system. American Energy Heat and Air, making the uncomfortable comfortable. For official contest rules, go to the AEway.com.
Amazon will be delivering packages to your house. Let Amazon deliver customers to your business. If that sounds good and you want more in 2024, simply text DIGITAL to 916-766-5105.
Fox now drives, gets into the paint, squares up, draws the foul, scores the basket. The first time since the early minutes of the ballgame when the Kings led 8-7. They are on top, 111-110, 24 points now for Fox.
Your flagship station for the Beam Team, Sactown Sports.
Yes, sir. Shout out to Jim Jackson joining the drive, guys. Last segment, Drapes and High Flyer here with you till 5:30, taking you up to game night as the Sacramento Kings, not even 24 hours removed from beating the Warriors here inside G1C. They got to get right back at it against the Clippers team, High Flyer. They're still trying to find their way, but they got some names on the back of their jerseys.
Ooh, some big names too. I mean, I said it early on. They got 4 future Hall of Famers. All 4 of those guys will be in the Hall of Fame. So when you talk about firepower and you look at it on paper, man, they big.
They big. It's going to be a tough challenge. The injury report is out. No Keegan Murray once again, so he's going to be out tonight. No Alex Lind. It's interesting. He practiced fully on Monday, but still not ready for game action just yet.
That's the one thing that bothers me. Because he did get out there and did give it a go.
Right.
But he still had pain.
Yeah,
that throws up a red flag for me. I know it's one of those things where they're not going to bring him back until he's fully healthy, but that let me know that injury is a little bit more than just a little tweak.
Yeah, we'll keep an eye on him and maybe try and track down some more information on his timetable. I do want to talk about the in-season tournament as a whole because the Kings brought it. Perfect 4-0, winning Group C in the West. Now they advance to face the Pelicans on Monday here inside Golden One Center. From what you thought before the tournament, High Flyer, to what you think now, what's your view on the in-season tournament?
I like it. Everything was up in the air when they first came out with it because we didn't know how it was going to be, how it was going to be played, how it was going to, be encompassed in the schedule. All of those things were up in the air. They was making it up as they went along. And, the one thing that I do like is that it brings some meaning to these games early on. Old school basketball, everybody will tell you, well, the NBA don't have good basketball until after the All-Star break. You don't see good basketball until after the All-Star break. But now with this in-season tournament, think about it. That game last night was like Game 7.
Yes.
Game 7. So it brings that type of atmosphere only 16 games in.
And the Kings are advancing. Jay, we got that De'Aaron Fox sound on the in-season tournament. The players, obviously, they want to go to Vegas. They're buying for $500,000 if they win the tournament. Here's what De'Aaron said after last night's game.
I think the in-season tournament is done. I feel like it's done great. I feel like it's done wonders. You feel like you're playing significant games whenever there's an in-season tournament games, and obviously they were trying to win by a certain amount of points so that they can advance as well. So I think it's done nothing but good things. Obviously, we want to get to Vegas and be able to be one of those first teams to advance to a Final Four of the in-season tournament. So I'm extremely interested to see how that would play out.
You think it's here to stay? You think if you're Adam Silver and the way you drew it up, dialed it up, you couldn't be more happier? I mean, the games have been great, dude.
Up until now, yes. But you still have to go to Vegas and play those games and then, evaluate how everything plays out. But up until now, I think it's been a huge success. The only thing that I wish that they would change is if, the Kings go and they get that $500,000, maybe a little bit could trickle down to the media staff or something,
You know what, bro?
Hey, I got a couple things I can buy. You know what I'm saying?
That's my biggest gripe with the NBA. Player salaries skyrocketed.
Hey,
broadcaster salaries, I don't know, man. I think we flattened out.
Hey, I'm like, bro,
I need some of that CBA money.
Hook up your uncle, man. You know what? I'm gonna have to go down there and holler at D. Say, D, hook up your uncle, man. What's happening?
Hey, watching you guys on the YouTube chat, Sactown Sports 1140. Manny Too Legit wants to know, High Flyer, how confident are you that the Kings will bounce back-to-back wins tonight, considering we haven't won a back-to-back game just yet?
I'm confident because we're here. They're back home. Both of our back-to-backs have been on the road. That was a hell of a game last night. Took a lot out of the guys. but you're at home. You go home, you sleep on your own bed, you get up the next morning, you got your breakfast, you at home, you're doing whatever you have to do with the kids, you're relaxing, you're in comfort mode. You're on your home floor. Coach Brown wants to make this place dominant for the Sacramento Kings. This team is definitely focused on that, so I'm pretty confident for tonight.
You're confident for tonight. I'm feeling good as well. We will continue to preview this game. We'll take your calls, 916-339-1140 as well. Coming up at the top of the hour, I'm going to reset. Did the Kings break the Golden State Warriors last night?
He likes saying that.
I love it, dude. I love it. Because you know why? And let me keep it real. Because Warrior fans at home right now, they listening. They like, every time I say that, it's like a knife in the back to them.
KD, I seen this dude on Instagram, man. I was coming up.
Yeah.
And he really sounded like he was crying. He was like, oh, my God, I can't believe it. It's a travesty. I'm like, somebody get his brother a hug, man. I mean, at the end of the day, bro, it's basketball. Come on, man.
It's basketball. It's just a game. But I tell you what, I got a text last night around 11-something from Bonte Hill. Bonte does the Warriors pre- and post game for NBC. He has a radio show in the morning. I'm going to tell you that text. I'm not going to betray his confidence here. I'm going to tell you what he texted me last night. This is the biggest Warriors guy out there. He goes to sleep with his Warriors underoos, his onesie, and everything on.
That might be the cat I'm talking about on Instagram. He was walking to work.
Walking in the rain, right?
Yeah. That's him. I text back. I say, man, this kid need a hug.
He need a hug. Hey, I'm going to tell you what he said to me. That coming up. Plus, we'll get you ready for tonight's game. And did the Kings, I'll say it again, break the Warriors last night here inside Golden One Center? You're listening to The Drive, guys. It's Drapes and High Flyer on Sactown Sports 1140.
On the move? Got somewhere to be?
Take Sacramento Kings basketball with you. The Sactown Sports app will let you stay connected to your passion. Never miss a moment of Sacramento Kings basketball with the Sactown Sports app.
All new spring deals are here at Lowe's. Start planting your garden this weekend with Bonnie 11.8-ounce vegetables. Buy 4 for $10. Plus, liven up your patios and decks with fresh blooms. Select 1.5-gallon hanging baskets or 2 for $20. Lowe's knows spring. Lowe's knows home improvement. Offers valid through 5/17. In-store only. Actual plant size and selection varies by location. While supplies last, excludes Alaska and Hawaii.
Red Hawk Resort Casino is an entertainment experience like no other. We're the only place where you can play blackjack, then hop on an indoor car track. We're the only place with more than 2,000 of the hottest slots and a state-of-the-art 18-lane bowling center. And now with a world-class sports bar and a resort hotel to stay after you play. Is it any wonder we've been voted best over 100 times? We're Red Hawk Resort Casino, official casino partner of the Sacramento Kings.
Get year-end pricing during Happy Holidays at Folsom Lake Honda, your one-stop Honda shop. Folsom Lake Honda is your one-stop Honda shop for great pricing on our entire selection of new CRVs, HRVs, Ridgeline Civics, and Accords. Plus, with low finance and lease options, now's the time to buy. Hurry in and save during Happy Honda Days at Folsom Lake Honda, or go to folsomlakehonda.com.
Folsom Lake Honda, yeah, your one-stop Honda shop.
Prestigio Jewelers Black November sale is on all month long. Get amazing doorbuster deals while supplies last. 1-carat diamond earrings only $449. Wedding sets starting at only $899. 70% off gold chains and much more. Get quick and easy credit approval and low monthly payments at Prestigio Jewelers. No credit, bad credit, even bankruptcy, you're approved. Prestigio Jewelers guarantees your credit up to $10,000. Shop designer brands such as Cartier, Gucci, Bulova, and Citizen. Visit us today or online at prestigiojewelers.com. See store for details.
With RT Painting, our name says it all. We are a reliable and trusted commercial and residential painting company serving the Sacramento area since 1998. Employee-owned, our attention to detail is second to none. Put our decades of experience serving our community to use for you. Get a free quote today. Call us at 916-900-8112. That's 916-900-8112. Or go online to rtpainting.com. That's rtpainting.com. RT Painting, your trusted and reliable painting contractor of choice.
It's the season of performance event at Acura of Stockton. Elevate your driving experience with a vehicle that's built to impress. Lease a new Acura RDX or MDX. Acura of Stockton has a great selection of new Acuras and customer service that will exceed your expectations. Take luxury to a whole new level in a new Acura from Acura of Stockton or AcuraofStockton.com, where precision crafted performance is at your fingertips.
Yep, 'tis the season. Hi, if you're like me, you take pride in your gift giving. Well, I've got a terrific idea for you. Gift cards from the Good Feet store. Okay, so arch supports aren't exactly what they've been hinting for, but you know they'd love them. And with the Good Feet lifetime warranty, it's a gift they'll enjoy forever. Buy a Good Feet gift card now, and Good Feet will boost its value 20%. That's a 20% gift free from the Good Feet store. If you have someone on your list who's on their feet all day, has sore feet, knee, hip, or back pain, or even plantar fasciitis, maybe needs an energy boost, or just wants to maintain their active lifestyle, a Good Feet Arch Support gift card could be the perfect gift.
The Good Feet store in Sacramento, Roseville, Stockton, Modesto, and Vacaville. Online at goodfeet.com.
Golf to Go is brought to you by the Hagen Oaks Golf Super Shop. Here's Frank LaRosa.
Most golf professionals will tell you that when chipping or pitching, you should get the ball on the green and let it roll to the hole. That works in most cases, but there are times when a direct line to the green might not be there. Maybe there's a tree or branch you're sure to hit in your arc line. Maybe your shot is uphill to a hole cut close to your ball. This is where the flop shot normally works, but with the reward comes a risk. With the wrong lie, you could swing right under the ball and not advance it. There's also a chance you hit the ball with the wedge's leading edge, making your partners jump out of the way of your ball, which is now flying about 2 feet off the ground. Here's a technique for you to practice. If you're a right-hander, weaken your left hand grip by turning your hand under the club so your palm faces skyward. Now the club face remains open through the hitting zone, giving you a shot that flies higher and lands shorter. Give it a try on the range and experiment with different hand positions under the club. I think you'll be able to take it to the course. That's your Golf to Go. I'm Frank LaRosa.
From the Power Business Technology Toshiba Studios.
Your home for Kings basketball for over 25 seasons.
No look, Bibby to Weber, down the lane, flying jam. There's your play of the night right there. It's inside is Sabonis, a two-hand rip, a brilliant pass from De'Aaron Fox.
KHTKAM Sacramento, KYMX HD2 Sacramento.
Sactown Sports.
Sacramento giving you local sports coverage from 6 a.m. to 6 p.m. Monday through Friday. Sactown Sports.
Drapes and the High Flyer here with you on the drive, guys, here at Sactown Sports, 1140. Coming up in about, 3 hours? Tip-off between the Kings and the Clippers. And I said it during the break. I don't know what you're doing for an encore if you're Sacramento. How do you bounce back and crank up the energy again?
Spin the block, baby. Spin the block. Come right back and do exactly what you did. Bring that exact same energy out.
What I was just thinking as you were just talking right there. The Kings can show me a lot tonight.
Mm-hmm.
Now, if they come over, get blown out, but if they come out with that same energy, focus, and everything we saw in the second half last night, that shows me they're about their business.
They for real.
They're about their business.
They
right?
for real. If they come out, this will show you if they've gotten it mentally about how bad they want to be a great team. A good team is going to come out, and you might see them compete a little bit, then all of a sudden, the Clippers will get away from them and they'll lose this game.
Right.
But a great team understands, okay, last night was last night. We love it now. We're not going to take anything for granted, but last night was last night, and today is today. We have to come out and we have to be able to duplicate what we did last night today because we still need this win. Last night was more so for the cup, all right? Tonight is for the overall scheme. We have 2 goals that we have to accomplish, and this is just a part of that long one.
What are those 2 goals?
To advance in the cup, probably get a cup championship. That's probably
a goal, yeah.
All right, and then to make it back to the playoffs. Make it back to the playoffs is going to be the goal.
Mission accomplished yesterday. At least they could check one box because I could also say that a goal was to get that monkey off their back known as the Golden State Warriors high flyer. They had lost 8 out of 9 games, including preseason, to these guys. And so while advancing was a goal, they kind of needed to win too, right?
Yes.
For their own feel good.
Yes. The goal was number one. The goal was first and foremost to advance. Now, to get that monkey off your back was 1A. Okay. It was definitely 1A because, I think that sets a serious tone when you play against a team, you're right down the road, and you smack them 3 times, and you only play them 4.
Right.
Even if they get that 4-4, you're like, okay, we let y'all have that. But when y'all needed it, we smacked y'all 3 times straight. So for the Kings to get this, now it's 2-1. If they go down there and be able to get Golden State again, it's even.
It's even. It's even.
Now my chest poked out.
I said it yesterday, and even though Mike Brown might disagree with me, that was a must-win game, not only for the standings, for the cup, but Sacramento Kings fans, hopefully you agree with me, 916-339-1140. That was a win you needed psychologically. That was a win you needed, that when you walked outside and got your mail today and you saw that Golden State Warriors fan next to you, you could look at him and say, what now? What?
You know what? Mike look at things a little differently than what we look at.
Yeah, he does, right?
He does.
Come on, man.
Because you know what? Once again, he's been to the mountaintop many a times. So, just like last year, we broke a 16-year drought, and Sacramento was lit.
Yes.
Mike Brown was like this. Okay, so what?
So what? We made the playoffs.
We made the playoffs. So what? Because his mindset is all the way to the end goal. He wants that championship. So that game last night, we was all on it. Gotta have it. Mike Brown is like, yeah, but that's one that's put us to the next step for the other. Okay, I'm happy we got that one. We're ecstatic. About it. He's like, okay, we won that game. Now we got to get the Clippers. He's on to the next game, dog. He's on to the greater good.
You know what?
He's not in the here and now.
Dog, I'm trying to enjoy this one, baby. I'm trying to feel good. Right.
But he ain't Luther Vandross.
But he's already turned the page.
He ain't in the here and now.
All right, listen to Mike Brown. Jay, we're going to pull Mike Brown after the game on buying into a psychological win last night for a Sacramento Kings team. He says, not so fast.
I don't really buy into it. Maybe we might even won the series last year against the Warriors. I don't remember. And then they beat us in the playoffs. And I addressed this to my team 2 days ago. I said, the regular season, it's great for certain things. Yeah. I said, but I don't buy into the fact if they win tomorrow, we're down 0-3, and they win the next game, we're down 0-4, or even if we win the next 2 games, I don't think it's going to have a huge impact come playoff time. The best team is going to win. 99.9999% of the time, in my opinion, the best team is going to win a playoff series, a 7-game playoff series especially. And so I told them, more importantly, it's the in-season tournament. Let's go get a win because of that. And on top of that, we're thinking about playoff seeding. And so, we're down to 3 teams right now. We're down to Golden State. We're down to Houston. And we're down to New Orleans. And so we don't want to lose that head-to-head, because at the end of the day, they could have an advantage come playoff time. So in my opinion, those 2 reasons were more important to go get the win. And plus we want to win than just a psychological advantage right now that I don't think really will carry over come playoff time. But you would have to ask each individual guys. This is what I told my team.
Wow.
I told you.
He echoed exactly what you said.
I told you.
He got goals here.
Bro, he's looking at the ultimate, at the end of the rainbow. He's like, yeah, advancing to the cup was cool, but that psychological stuff,
he looking at the big picture.
Means nothing. Means nothing.
No, let me ask you this, though, because you're right, and that's Mike Brown's opinion. But you are a former player. Mm-hmm. You know. Is losing to the same team over and over and over, what kind of effect does that have?
It's draining.
Okay.
It's draining. Because, we're all competitors, and we all know that the next night can be a whole total different night. But it's something to be said when a team just continuously beats you, and all of a sudden, it goes through your mind. Man, these dudes just got our number, bro. We just can't beat these cats. And you know what? And it doesn't have to be a championship caliber team. It could be a lowly team that they beat you 3 times in a row. You're like, bro, we the number 1 seed, but we just can't beat Detroit for nothing.
Arthur says it was a game more for us fans and team in the Golden State than Golden State. They will fold on their own. They're 1 player away to getting back. He goes on to say something. We did just get word. Shams just tweeted this out a hot second ago regarding Gary Payton II. Remember, he left yesterday's game early. GP2,
and
he was doing some damage.
And we didn't see him hurt that calf. Is it the calf or is it the Achilles?
Shams is saying GP2 has suffered a torn right calf and will be sidelined indefinitely.
And you know the crazy thing?
Yeah.
Is that calf is very critical to the Achilles. Because you remember Kevin Durant went down with the calf.
And then
he tried to come back.
And then blew the Achilles.
And blew the Achilles, yes. And see, and another thing too is that, GP2, my nephew, we real tight. We family. Yeah. But the thing about it is that his game is predicated on explosiveness.
Right.
So he's really going to have to get that right. It's not one of those things to where, okay, well, my game really ain't predicated on me, playing above the rim
in the corner.
Right. He's not that type of player.
Right.
So he's really going to have to get that right.
Yeah, that's a big blow for the Warriors because, like you said, he was a pest out there last night.
He was
causing havoc.
He was a game changer.
The steals in the backcourt and everything. Come on, man.
Hey, the steal, the and one dunk.
Yes.
Being all up in Malik's skirt. Believe me, he frustrated Malik. That first quarter when Malik got those first 2 fouls, he frustrated Malik.
He was frustrating Malik Monk. Yeah, you're right. All right, you're listening to Drive Guys here, Drapes and High Fly. I want to squeeze in a quick call, Jay. Let's go to D right now. D, you're hanging out with Drapes and the High Flyer here on Sactown Sports 1140.
What's going on, fellas, man?
What's up, baby?
Tap in and, I just want to tap in and just have a conversation, man. I'm seeing a lot of Kings fans, man, excited about a 1 point win on a team that is clearly not the same team that they were 3 years ago, 2 years ago, 5 years ago. The Warriors are, they're not a top 8 team right now. They're not. Let's be real. To have that actual type of game against a team like that, the Kings are a top 5 team. But, they could be a top 3 team. They're missing a piece, but, we'll get there. But I don't see why Kings fans and Kings are excited about a 1 point win when they should have dominated. Darren Fox struggled the first half. Moody, which the Warriors would have won if Moody would have played the last couple minutes of the fourth.
Hold on, D. Hold on. D, hold on. I respect you, and I'm not going to interrupt you. I got a habit of doing that. Let me know before you continue. No, hold up, Jay. Jay's like, it's your show, Drapes. No, I'm trying to be respectful because I want to know, D, who's your squad? What team you cheer for?
Oh, man. Hey, man, I am a diehard Laker fan. Jay Simpson, Kobe Bryant. Come on, talk to me.
He exposed himself. That's what I was doing, Jay. You hear this guy. First, I thought he was a Warriors fan. He coming up and saying, they would have lost without so-and-so and so-and-so. But then when he said, High Flyer, the Warriors aren't even a top 8 team, I was like, got him.
Hey, this dude's a wolf in sheep's clothing, man. What you gonna call our show like that? That's just disrespectful.
D is crazy.
He look at him, catch him on the boulevard, and smack spit out his mouth.
Oh, my God. My guy James on YouTube says D is a Debbie Downer. He ain't no Debbie Downer, James.
He a Laker fan.
He a Laker fan. That's the word.
He worse than Debbie Downer. He a Laker fan.
Hey, we got much more to Drive Guys, High Flyer, and myself, Drapes, coming up.
We just played D. We just played D. Keep calling us.
916-339-1140. I keep teasing it. Are the Warriors broken? There's some infighting going on. I'm talking among the fan base. They're calling for Steve Kerr to get fired. We're going to dive into that next with Drapes and the High Flyer on Sactown Sports 1140.
Last season, the Sacramento Kings gave us a little bit of everything. A Pacific Division title, GM of the Year, Coach of the Year, Clutch Player of the Year, All-Stars and All-NBA performers. Plus, we got to light the beam.
Here's a steal by Fox, a breakaway. He's got the rip with the left hand.
What does this season have in store? Find out. Each and every Sacramento Kings game can be heard right here on your proud home of the Beam team, Sactown Sports at SactownSports.com.
Imagine getting ahead of your irritable bowel syndrome with constipation or IBS-C by treating it with Linzess. Then you could start proactively managing your constipation with belly pain and get ahead of your symptoms. Talk to your doctor about Linzess, linaclotide. Linzess is a prescription medicine that treats IBS-C in adults. It's not a laxative. It's a once-daily pill that helps you get ahead of your symptoms. It's proven to help you have more frequent and complete bowel movements and helps relieve overall abdominal symptoms, belly pain, discomfort, and bloating. These symptoms were studied in combination, not individually.
Do not give Linzess to children less than 2. It may harm them. Do not take Linzess if you have a bowel blockage. Get immediate help if you develop unusual or severe stomach pain, especially with bloody or black stools. The most common side effect is diarrhea, sometimes severe. If it's severe, stop taking Linzess and call your doctor right away. Other side effects include gas, stomach area pain, and swelling.
Imagine, what could relief from IBS-C mean for you? Talk to your doctor and say yes to Linzess. Learn more at linzess.com or call 1-800-LINZESS.
The Drive Guys powering your afternoons Monday through Friday on Sactown Sports.
Your boy Drapes hanging with the high flyer here on Sactown Sports 1140. You're listening to the Drive Guys. Getting you ready for Clippers Kings. We'll preview that matchup coming up in just a minute. We're about to put a bow on this big-time win last night against the Golden State Warriors, 124-123. I said that the Kings broke the Warriors. And here's what I meant. You got Warriors fans in their feelings big time today. Our boy Bonte Hill. You saw the video of him walking in the rain looking for his puppy out there. He was like a lonely dog out on the streets this morning.
I saw you and him
walking in the rain.
That brother's about to drop a tear, boy.
That's for you, Bonte. So I get home last night, and I go right to bed pretty much, man. I was tired. I was gassed. Carried you on the radio show.
Right.
Watched the game, too. And so Bonte texts me. Let me pull this up. And he says, it might be a long one tonight. That game hurt. I can't sleep.
Man.
That's what I'm saying. That why the Warriors are broken.
Man.
Their fan base is broken.
Yep.
Their media members are broken.
Yeah. Go ahead, Jay.
Go ahead, Jay. You got it.
Yeah. You know what? First the Fat Boys. Now it is.
Now it is, right? Their head coach got out-coached last night by Mike Brown.
By his boy.
Mike Brown, who studied under him. They both under the Greg Popovich tree.
Right.
Mike Brown got the best of him this time. Mike Brown pushed the right buttons. Trey Lyles, Malik Monk,
the magnificent
Keon Ellis, Sasha freaking Vezenkov, my guy. He was big last night.
Mr. Vezenkov.
Exactly. And what did Steve Kerr do? Moses Moody, you got 11 in the quarter. Sit down. Calm down, young. Come sit. Think about that if you're Moses Moody, hot flyer.
Come on over here, sit next to me.
Sit next to me. You're the best player on the floor in the fourth quarter.
Hey.
You're the only guy hitting shots, and your head coach pulls you.
Hey, to go 3 for 3, and if it wasn't for an offensive foul, 4 for 4, and this is what you get. Come on over here, man. Come on over here, sit next to me.
Think about this. They would have won the game maybe if Moses Moody had stayed in.
Hey, they had another cat that was knocking down shots. And at that particular point, the Kings did not need that.
They didn't need that, exactly, because they took the ball out of Steph's hands and dared Draymond, Wiggins, all these other guys to beat you, and they couldn't do it last night, High Flyer. They couldn't do it. This Warriors team, they're broken. They're 8-10 on the season. They're struggling right now. They started off the season well, but then water always levels, right? It always comes back to its level point, and that's what we're seeing now with Golden State. So with that being said, what are the Warriors this year? Are they an aging champion desperately trying to hang on?
Man, I mean, it's just one of those situations. I called it. I'm like, this is their last dance. This is it for that dynasty. You know, after this year, don't know who all going to remain on that basketball club. But I'll tell you what, for that starting five, this is their last run. It's going to be a big shakeup in the Warriors with the starting five when they don't win. Because I don't believe they're going to win.
I'm with you as well. And the fact, and I said it before, and I've been saying it for the last year or two, their inability to develop and trust their young players is what's going to kill them. And Steve Kerr's stubbornness and loyalty to his vets, that's what's going to do him in, high flyer. If you're Steve Kerr, do you get it, though? These are my guys. They got us here. At one point, as a coach, do you go to Clay and say, maybe, Clay, I might bring you off the bench? Do you go to Draymond and say, Draymond, I can't have any of these antics anymore? Like, what's Steve Kerr supposed to do in this situation?
Honestly, KD,
honestly,
you can't. You can't, bro.
So you're going down with your guys.
You're gonna have to. I'm talking about wait. I'm not talking about just regular guys. You know, think about it. He is running an elite group. You know, he pretty much got Navy SEALs, Black Op. You can't go to your guys that have won you 4 wars. You went to war with these guys 4 times, and they have come up big for you. You can't go to these guys and say, you know what? I think y'all slipping a little bit. I'm going to sit you down. I'm going to bring this new Jack Gunn in here. He's going to see if he can win it for us. Nah. You know what? I'm not saying it's right. I won't ever say it's right. But I'm going to roll with Steve Kerr, and I'm going to roll with my dogs. Now, we might make a big shakeup at the end. Until the Warriors organization say, okay, we're moving on, Steve Kerr is going to stay with his guys.
So what about the other 8-9 guys on the team? Moses Moody out there in his bag. He balling. What does Moses Moody have to do to get some run?
Hey, I'm with you. I really do agree that, you know, Steve need to do a better job at integrating those guys. No doubt, need to do a better job. But I'm telling you, you cannot sit down a Klay Thompson and put Moody in his spot. You cannot sit down a Draymond Green and put Kuminga in his spot.
Where was Kuminga last night?
I know.
Remember, this dude is a matchup nightmare for Sacramento. He plays with force, physicality, something we don't have. No Keegan Murray as well. And it's like,
you know what? It's almost like you got to pay your dues. Now, when Draymond move on, Kuminga, you the guy. When Klay get up out of there because he tired of dealing with it, then, okay, Moody, you're the guy. But 4 championships, KD, has to mean something, bro. It really does. And I feel for Steve Kerr because I don't think the guys that he has now that have won it for him is going to be able to get it done. And he's going to live and die with that, trying to make it work.
If I'm a Warriors fan, I get it. But you got to win games. It's about winning games, right?
It's a win-win league. I will agree 1,000%. But at the end of the day, Steve Kerr knows this is coming to an end. Come on, man. He's been in the league. He's played on great basketball teams. He's played under great coaches. All good runs come to an end. But what you have to do, KD, you have to run through the tape. You heard Kenny Smith on TNT.
Yeah, you got to run through the tape.
You got to run through the tape. And he knows this is the last dance with these guys, and I'm going to ride with them. If we get it done, great. But if we don't, hey, this was our last meal. Fellas, we gave it a hell of a run. It's been a hell of a run.
You hear that, Warriors fans? Because here's the thing. Warriors fans still think it's 2016, 17, 18.
It's not that team.
It's not that team.
Okay.
But yet they walk around with the arrogance like it is.
The face is still there. Mm-hmm. Some of the complimentary players are still there. But you have to understand, the Golden State Warriors don't win those championships if that bench wasn't as deep as it was.
That's true. That's true.
Livingston, Barbosa, you know, Big Bogut, you know,
Iguodala.
That bench is not that.
David West was on that squad.
Right.
And here, you know what the Warriors are? You ever go to a used car lot? No, you don't, because you the high flyer. You gave me that look like, bro, I ain't been to a used car lot since I was in high school. But you go to a used car lot, It looks brand new. It looks nice.
Oh, yeah.
It looks clean.
Paint shiny.
Remember Jay Johnson? I told this story. My brother gave me the Jeep Cherokee. It was a cherry red Jeep Cherokee. He said, Kyle, this is your car. It was nice.
Mm-hmm.
Dropped him off at the airport.
Right.
Drove that Jeep Cherokee home. It broke down on the way home. It looks nice on the outside. The face, Steph Curry, the names, Klay Thompson, Draymond Green, they look great on the outside. Lift up that hood.
Hey, so what you're saying is you had a 6-cylinder with 2 cylinders.
Exactly. That's what the Warriors got. They look nice and fancy and shiny. The resumes look good. But you open up that hood, they ain't got it no more. The engine's a little rusty.
Wow.
As Jay said in my gasket blown.
Leaking oil.
You know what? It was just like my brother's cherry red Jeep Cherokee because I was a half a block away from my grandma's house.
Oh,
I'm driving.
That's the word.
Just make it to my grandma's house.
Car shaking and smoking.
I didn't make it to my grandma's house. Same thing with Steve Kerr and the Golden State Warriors.
They ain't gonna make it.
Steve Kerr saying, let's just make it one more year.
Yeah,
one more year. Let me get one more year.
Yep.
And they ain't going to make it, High Flyer.
Hey, you know what? You got to take the wheels off and sell it.
Sell it for parts, right?
There
Start
you
breaking
go.
it off.
Hey, I pull.
A couple of texts right here on the text line. The 916 says, I have a Warriors friend that said he brought up moving Klay to the bench and starting Moody and nearly got crucified by other Dubs fans. He also said Kuminga had a great start to the season too. When is it on the player to do what's best for the team? Because we're going to see a guy here tonight, Russell Westbrook, and we'll talk about him coming up next segment. He said, you know what, Ty Lue, move me to the bench. For the betterment of the team, move me to the bench.
Here's the deal. Russell Westbrook knows that he's not going to be the alpha with those top four. Russell Westbrook is a guy that has to. It's imperative. You're not going to get the best of Russell if the ball is not in Russell's hands, if Russell cannot make the decision. So he knows he's not that guy with those four. So, yeah, bring me off the bench. So when I come off the bench, I'm that guy.
I'm that guy. I got the ball in my hand.
You're going to get the best version of me. Well, Klay ain't saying that. You know, Klay like, I'm Klay.
I'm still Klay.
Yeah, Draymond's like, I'm still Dre. It's still Dre Day. So, no, I'm not coming off the bench. I've never come off the bench. And why should I come off the bench? You know, you have to understand this too. Ball players got egos, bro.
Right.
You know, it takes a very high IQ, good guy to say, you know what? For the betterment of the team, I'm coming off the bench. Bobby Jackson's one of the best I've seen do it.
He could have started
on any
other teams. Yep.
Said, you know what? For the betterment of this team, I'm going to come off the bench. Malik Monk is in that role. For the betterment of this team, I'm coming off the bench. But I tell you what, for every Bobby, for every Malik, you got 300 guys. Like, I ain't coming off the bench. I don't care what you say. No. I refuse. And if you bring me off the bench, I ain't giving you nothing.
We got more with the High Flyer coming up next. We get you ready.
It's that time of year again. Sactown Sports is welcoming Santa back to town for the 40th annual Santa Parade, Saturday, December 9th in downtown Sacramento. Grab the family and join us as we celebrate Santa's arrival with marching bands, superheroes, cheer squads, and more. Parade starts at 10 a.m. at 14th and N.
We'll see you Saturday, December 9th in downtown for the Santa Parade with Shriners Children's Northern California, California National Guard, and Attic Man Heating and Air Conditioning. Get more information at SactownSports.com.
This is the moment you've been waiting for. Hanley's Kia in Davis is bringing you an unbeatable deal on all 2024 Kia models. Drive home in style without breaking the bank. Introducing Hanley's Kia incredible leasing option for just $199 a month. Picture yourself behind the wheel of a brand new 2024 Kia, loaded with the latest features and cutting-edge technology. Whether it's the sleek Niro Hybrid with 54 mpg and EV6 with up to 310 miles, the versatile Sportage, or the family-friendly Telluride, at Hanley's Kia, you can also reserve your luxurious full-size EV9 with 3 rows that has the comfort of a stylish interior and the peace of mind that comes with driving a brand you can trust. Head over to Hanley's Kia today, located in Davis.
New 2024 Kia Niro Hybrid EX for $199 per month month for 36 months after $7,999 customer cash due at signing plus $300 military customer rebate. 10,000 miles per year and 20 cents per mile after 30,000 miles based on sale price $30,545 and payment excludes taxes and DMV fees and any dealer fees. Vehicle ID number R5136138.
Exergen thermometers are a top choice of medical professionals at highly ranked hospitals across the U.S. With kids back at school, keeping them healthy is important. Make Exergen thermometer the chosen thermometer for your home or business to check for fever, where accuracy matters. When measuring temperature at home and at work, use an Exergen thermometer to keep your family and colleagues safe. Available at Walgreens and other participating retailers. Learn more at Exergen.com.
The 49ers Report, brought to you by EB Stone. EB Stone, for the life of your garden. The 49ers feasted on Seattle for Thanksgiving, dominating their bitter rivals on the road, 31-13. Running back Christian McCaffrey led the way with 139 scrimmage yards and 2 touchdowns on 24 touches. San Francisco is now 8-3 on the season. The Red and Gold have an extra 3 days rest before heading to Philadelphia for a pivotal NFC rematch with the league leaders Sunday afternoon.
Celebrating over a century as a family-owned business, EB Stone has gathered invaluable insights into nurturing plant growth. Venture into indoor planting with EB Stone's Edna's Best indoor and outdoor potting soil. Watch your little plants flourish into ideal indoor companions for the whole family to relish during the holidays. EB Stone's indoor and outdoor potting soil is a meticulously crafted blend of essential ingredients. Your plants will thrive, both indoors and outdoors. Trust EB Stone for the entire lifespan of your garden. Explore more gardening tips, products, and find nearby locations at ebstone.org. Wishing you a season filled with joy and flourishing greenery.
I'm Craig Ashton of the Injury Law Firm of Ashton & Price. Whether you've been injured on a bicycle, as a pedestrian in a slip and fall, auto, Uber, Lyft, or big rig accident, you need Ashton & Price in your corner. When you call Ashton & Price, there's no chatbot telling you to hit 3 for accounting. You're greeted by a real-life person who will immediately transfer you to an experienced attorney. The consultation's free, and there's never a fee until you win.
Remember, for the best advice, don't think twice. Call Ashton and Price.
At Elk Grove Honda, we make sure every certified pre-owned Honda is one we'd buy from ourselves. At Elk Grove Honda, in addition to our lower prices, we include many benefits that a private seller just can't match. Our Honda-trained technicians only certify our Hondas if they pass a thorough 182-point inspection, and our certified pre-owned Hondas are under 5 years old, so you know you're getting the newest Hondas in prime condition. See our exceptional selection of lower-priced certified pre-owned Hondas in the Elk Grove Auto Mall or online at elkgrovehonda.com.
I gotta get an Elk Grove Honda.
At Jim Boy's Tacos, you get a ho-ho-ho lot of flavor for under $10. Our classic #2 combo meal spreads cheer with a farm-dusted ground beef taco, scratch-made bean and cheese burrito, and a soft drink. So jingle on down to Jim Boy's or order online at participating locations. Woo-hoo-hoo!
Then you got the pregame show with High Flyer G-Man.
Yes, sir.
You'll be on the call as well. Getting you ready, Clippers, Kings. Remember last year that game, 176, 175?
Ooh.
I feel like every time these two teams play each other, it's a close game.
And it's highly octane.
High octane as well. We're going to dive into the Clippers here in a minute, but the phone lines are open, 916-339-1140. Kings fans, how we feeling about the squad? What kind of bounce back effort are you looking for tonight? Let's get to TC hanging out with Drapes and High Flyer. What's up, our guy TC? What's happening?
What's up, man? High Flyer Drapes, what's going on?
What up, baby?
What's up, kid?
Man, just kick back. Hey, look, I enjoyed that win last night. Tonight, just get a win. But hey, Flyer, like you were saying earlier, hey, look, check it out. It was both things. That was for the Drapes. I'm with you. That was for the mental last night, but also just get a win and get in a tournament Let's move on. Get this win with these dudes, bro, and move on. Hey, I like how everybody showed out. Monk showed out last night. Kevin had a good game. We buckled down when we need to, even though we wasn't hitting shots. That show you how scary this Kings team is. To go in a slump like that, not hit shots, miss those foul shots, and then still find a way to be down 4 and then 17 and come back and win the game. Bro, this team is lethal, elite.
TC, I agree with you. And High Flyer, to TC's point, they didn't hit shots in that first half. They couldn't hit free throws. Warriors were getting layups and threes. Historically, this might have been the game the Kings ran out of their own building.
True.
But this is a new day. This team and their ability to fight back, man, that's what impressed me last night, especially against a 4-time champ.
You know what? It's a thing that we always call closeout games. No matter what goes on, whether you up, whether you down, you have to find a way how to close out. If you are down big like the Kings were, you got to come out in that third quarter. The Kings were down 24 points.
Yes.
You know, and I'm pretty sure the mindset was you're not going to get all 24 points back in that third quarter. You know, if you get super uber hot, then you can. But normally what you need to do is you're down 24. You want to make sure you're down somewhere around 12 or 10 by that fourth quarter.
Right.
That gives you a chance to play that fourth quarter and to be able to get back into the game. So, you know, you have to chip at it. And these guys kept working and they were chipping. They were chipping. The Golden State Warriors were trying to get them up out of here.
Yeah.
But the Kings kept chipping, and all of a sudden, you get a breakthrough. You get that technical foul. Malik Monk goes to the free throw line. He knocks down that free throw. Now you get a couple of turnovers, a couple of threes. You right back in this game, and you feeling good in the third quarter.
You know, it's to your point. They outscored the Warriors by 10 in the fourth, but they were only down 9 going in. So that was manageable.
You right where you want to be. You were down 24. You got it down to 9 going into the fourth quarter. Fellas, we back.
We back.
That's 3 possessions. We back. Couple of turnovers, a couple of stops. We are back.
You played in the league. You've had emotional wins. Now you got a quick turnaround against the Clippers team that was chilling at the Sawyer Hotel, watching you on TV in their plush rooms.
Oh yeah.
How do you come out tonight? What's the message? What's the mindset as a player tonight?
You have to duplicate it, KD. You have to take a picture of it, whatever you need to do, but you got to duplicate it. You got to come out with the exact same energy that you had in that third and that fourth quarter. It was desperation for the Kings, but still, you need that energy. You have to start off better. You know, you can't think that every single night you're going to be able to give that Herculean effort in the third and fourth quarter and be able to win, 20-something, 30-something games in that fashion. It's not going to happen. You have to come out and you have to play better in that first half so you don't get down 24 to where you got to expunge all of that energy trying to get back.
Is this a game where the bench has to be big for you? Because starters played some major minutes last night. Do they need an X factor off the bench tonight?
They're going to need more minutes for guys off the bench because that was a draining game last night. And our main guys played a lot. So you might need a couple of extra minutes out of Davion. You might need a few extra minutes out of Chris Duarte. Both of the KEs, Kessler Edwards and Keon Ellis. KE too. You might need a couple more minutes from those guys. JaVale McGee might get a little bit more run than what he got. So that's the thing that you're going to need.
When you look at this Clippers team, they got all the names. They got all the stars. And I want to bring that up in a minute, but I just was reminded of something as I'm watching players warm up. How about Davion Mitchell? You just brought him up a few seconds ago. He was out here early, before anybody,
right?
Earlier than he usually comes out to get his workout on, to get his shots up. What's that show you? What you think about that?
One or two things, and both of them are good. Is that there isn't a negative here, KD?
Okay.
He either got the call from Mike saying, "Hey, you know what? De'Aaron Fox put in major minutes last night. I'm going to need you to be ready. I got to give you a little bit more minutes. Be ready. I'm calling your number. I'm letting you know. I'm calling your number, so be ready. So if you, Davion, you come out here very early, let me get my game together. Let me get a couple of extra shots. Let me get this feel good going. Let me work up a little lather because I know I got to give you a couple of extra minutes. Or if you're a guy like Davion who hasn't been playing major minutes, saying that, you know what? I got to stay ready.
Right.
So you don't have to get ready. You heard sugar free.
Sugar free.
Yeah. I got to stay ready so I don't have to get ready. Let me get this extra work. That's just a young man wanting to get better at his craft.
Yeah. And I hope he gets some minutes tonight. And, we know about Davion. It's not for a lack of effort or work ethic or anything like that.
Ever.
Dude's putting in the time.
Yes.
He's putting in the work. We just got to see it develop right here on the floor tonight against the Clippers. Let's get back to the Clippers. This is a team that's sort of trying to find its way ever since making the James Harden trade, Russell Westbrook going to the bench. They had a horrible loss the other night at home against Denver. No Jamal Murray, no Jokic, and they still lose. What do you make of the Clippers as we get ready to tonight's game? A lot of names on the back of the jersey. They just ain't meshing right now, though.
The cold thing about that, KD, is that, the organization is like, we're going all in. They didn't went all in. We got 4 guys that are number ones, 4 alphas, and they're paid like alphas. And they're trying to make something work, trying to make, a delicacy out of a goulash. And right now, they're throwing everything at it.
Right.
So I'm like, okay, when is it gonna be a situation to where, just like the Golden State Warriors, this ain't gonna work? When are you gonna get to that point?
But for them, their mindset is it has to work, or like you said, it's gonna be big changes after this season.
Yeah, because you look at it, okay, Kawhi and PG been there for a minute. How long are you gonna ride that train if it don't work this year? Russell Westbrook is basically on loan. If he don't if he don't make it work, how long do you think he's going to be there?
James Harden's up. His deal's up.
Jay Harden is up. If they don't make this thing work this year, I mean, they are championship or bust right now. Just making the playoffs, it's not going to work for them.
Nah, that's
just making it to the second round is not going to be satisfying for them. They are a championship or bust team. That's where all the pressure is. Even we don't have those aspirations right now.
Right. We make the playoffs.
Get to the second round.
That's what?
Year. Our guys are learning. They're getting better. They got to go through they got to weather the storm. Well, all of these guys they got pretty much have been there, have weathered the storm. They're championship or bust. You're not trying to hear anything less.
If you're Ty Lue, and I'm a Ty Lue guy. I like Ty Lue as a person, as a coach. Good dude. I like Ty Lue. But he's been given a meal to go with your goulash analogy. He's been asked to cook Thanksgiving dinner.
Oh, yeah.
But he ain't got no turkey. He ain't got all the ingredients, if you know what I mean. Like, the ingredients don't match. The ingredients don't match what they're being asked him to do. This is not NBA 2K high flyer. That's what I don't understand what Lawrence Frank was doing, first of all, bringing in Russell Westbrook. And Russ actually has worked when it was just him, PG, and Kawhi. But why add James Harden to that mix? You know what it's like? Hold on, high flyer. Hold on, because I'm getting on one. It's about to be a Drake. I'm getting there. It's about to be a Drake station. This is like you make a perfect breakfast. You got the eggs. You got the bacon, the ham, whatever you eat. You got the waffles. And then your mom come in and say, all right, let me put ketchup on your waffles. Mom, the meal was perfect. I didn't need anything else. Why you want me to put ketchup? James Harden is ketchup on the waffles right now.
You know what?
That's what he is, bro.
Hey, I see it like this. And I'm going to roll with you perfect. Same thing. Same thing. You got to lay it out. Your eggs, your bacon, your waffle.
Yeah, everything's perfect.
Go to the refrigerator. You ain't got no orange juice.
No orange juice?
You ain't got no orange juice.
Well, we got to drink water.
That's what I'm saying. You ain't got to swallow it with.
No, man, exactly. And I will say this, though. If they're right, this Clippers team could be dangerous. I just don't have faith in it, though.
You know what? I'm not buying it either.
Right.
But you know what? here's the deal. I didn't buy Kyrie and Luka either.
Them boys balling this year.
J Kidd found it. Okay. Now, I'm not buying the Harden Westbrook reunion with PG and Kawhi. I'm not buying it. But who's to say they're not going to find it? And I'll tell you what, if they do find it, you talk about four of the best that ever done it.
Watch out. Woo! 916-339-1140. You're listening to Drapes and High Flyer. Coming up next, we continue to get ready. Kings fans, is tonight a win you got to have? Or if we let this one slide, it's okay. We still love it what happened last night. Taking your calls and continuing the combo with High Flyer here on Sactown Sports 1140.
Two of the best the NFL and NFC has to offer meet Sunday in Philadelphia.
Purdy out of the shotgun, looks left, throws end zone. Caught! George Kittle in the back of the end zone.
It's the Philadelphia Eagles, owners of the top spot in the NFC, versus the San Francisco 49ers, who have had this game circled on their calendar for months. Join Greg Papa and Tim Ryan for all the exciting action Sunday at 1 on your home for 49ers football. Sactown Sports.
Sacramento weather is brought to you by Bonnie.
I'm Mark Finan in the KCRA3 Weather Center. Skies will stay mainly clear to partly cloudy through the night tonight. By morning, temperatures will be in the upper 30s. Tomorrow we'll see a mixture of sun and clouds, maybe a shower in the late afternoon. Look for highs in the upper 50s. Get the latest forecast on the KCRA3 News and the KCRA3 app.
Winter's coming, so let's kick off the cold season right and get your heater all tuned up. Now just $79. No matter how cold it gets outside, you'll always be warm and toasty inside. Plumbing, sewer, electrical, heating, and air, Bonnie.com.
As we come together to celebrate the end of this long, long year, Stockton Honda has savings to bring us all cheer. Happy Honda Day savings and selection galore. Stockton Honda's online express purchase and great people give you more.
Save on 400 new Hondas at Stockton Honda during Happy Honda Days. Shop in person or online with our express purchase option.
Anytime, anywhere, it's all here. StocktonHonda.com.
The Rolling Stones, live. Stones Tour 24, Hackney Diamonds. Sponsored by AARP. July 17th, Levi Stadium. The Rolling Stones, the greatest rock and roll band in the world. Tickets on sale Friday, December 1st at 10 a.m. at rollingstones.com. Your chance to see the Stones.
Prestigio Jewelers Black November sale is on all month long. Get amazing doorbuster deals while supplies last. 1 carat diamond earrings only $449. Wedding sets starting at only $899. 70% off gold chains and much more. Get quick and easy credit approval and low monthly payments at Prestigio Jewelers. No credit, bad credit, even bankruptcy, you're approved. Prestigio Jewelers guarantees your credit up to $10,000. Shop designer brands such as Cartier, Gucci, Bulova, and Citizen. Visit us today or online at prestigiojewelers.com. See store for details.
Back here with the High Flyer and Drapes himself. The Drive guys here on Sactown Sports 1140. Kevin Gleason is in Japan right now, chilling the shores of Okinawa. Hopefully he's listening.
Living it.
He's living it up, right?
No,
he ain't listening?
No.
I'd be listening to y'all if I was out of town, bro.
I'm gonna keep it 100, bro.
Keep it buck.
Hey, you put me in Hawaii on those nice islands with the weather, with the water clear and everything. Y'all, the last thing I'm listening to.
All right, I see how it is. It is. Oh my gosh, here we are. 45 minutes left in the show. Coming up at 5:30, it is game night with Jason Ross and Scott Marsh. Then the pregame show, and then tip-off Kings Clippers. I would say, High Flyer, that winning last night, as much as I want tonight to be a win, as much as tonight I want to keep this thing going.
Right.
If they come out flat, it's understandable.
You're not going to jump off.
I'm not going to jump off the cliff. Right. I'm not going to be like, oh my God, if you want to be a championship team, you got to get this win. If you want to be considered seriously, this is arguably they're coming off the best regular season win in the last 20 years. And now you have to get back up again against the Clippers team who's reeling a little bit, but they're talented.
Hey,
I'm going to give them a pass tonight, High Flyer.
Hey, I've done it. I understand where you're coming from because last night let a lot of air out of their cell. Because,
right.
You know, it was a tough.
You laid it all out there last night.
You laid everything out. But it's like this. I'm an NBA player, bro, and I understand. It's one of 82. Yeah, that one was special. We did that. We came out here. We did what we needed to do. But, hey, you got to lace your shoes up again, bro, because you know what? That's what you sign up for. When you get in those millions, this is what
you get them M's,
sign up for. So, yeah. Do I look at you and say, I'm going to give you a pass? No, not really. This is part of it. So you got to lace them up and come on out here and go hard and try to get this game here tonight.
And to your point, the fans that were in the building yesterday, it's going to be different fans here tonight.
True.
People paying their hard-earned money to see a show, an entertaining product. And so the same way you gave those fans a show, it's like being on Broadway.
Right.
Every night, you got to get up and do it, no matter if it's back-to-back or what.
Or the closing night.
You
got to give it the exact same way. And see, and that's the thing that Mike Brown has been asking them, the consistency of being dominant on their home floor, whether it's a game night or we don't have a game to 2 more days later or a back-to-back. It's on your home floor. They want to be dominant here.
I just want to get to this one text real quick. I just saw this. It just came through a few seconds ago from the 916. Are the Warriors fans okay? All my Warrior fan coworkers called out sick with broken tailbones, and I don't hear a peep out of the bandwagon Warrior take machine now. They jumping off that bandwagon. They hitting their tailbones as they hitting the ground, you know?
Hey, well, you already said the wagon only got 3 wheels.
Right.
The
they
axle
need to go in
dragon.
for service. They need to go in for service.
Hey, the axle dragon, bro.
916-339-1140. Let's jump on those phone lines again. You're talking to Drapes and High Flyer. KC, what's happening, my man?
Yes.
What's up, KC?
Not much. Just, traffic today.
Hey, KC, you cutting out, man. Call back,
man.
okay? Call back. You cutting out right now. Staying with the phone lines. My guy, 10 is on the YouTube chat. He's on the phone, and now he's on with Drapes and High Flyer. What's up, 10?
He in.
Yeah, he in.
He in. I'm in. You guys are in.
What you got for me, baby?
I got you some, babe. So check this out, man. On back-to-back nights, the Kings cannot let tonight slide. They got to go hard. It's like taking a girl out on a date, like you did everything right. Now you got to finish strong. And it's like dropping a girl off. You walk her up to the door, wait till she get inside, fist hug. All right, cool. Goodbye. That's a done deal. That's a 2-0 over a back-to-back. Kings need to treat tonight like date night, game night.
Ooh, I like that, 10. Appreciate the call. Date night, game night. You know what I'm hearing from 10, High Flyer?
What's that?
The energy from the fans is going to be there. The fan base is still up. They energetic. They fire. Let's the players do the same thing.
You know what? That's one thing that you could pretty much bet your bottom dollar on. I don't care if it was last night, we played the night before, 2 nights ago. These fans are going to come here and be ready to rock.
They're going to be ready.
Yes.
They're going to be ready. Steven on the YouTube chat says, I say this is a must win. We cannot let up. Keep the gas pedal down. Last night was great, felt great. But like De'Aaron said, it's just another one game of 82, baby. No mercy. When do you turn the page on what happened last night? When you lay down? When you get home last night and lay down?
Yep. Yeah, when you close your eyes, that page turn.
That page turn.
Yeah.
You on to the next.
Yeah, because you got to wake up that next morning and, read, start looking at, okay, what's going on today? You don't read USA Today from yesterday, right? You read it for the day.
You read it for the day, right? You don't look at yesterday's paper.
No. You ain't worried about yesterday's news.
Let me ask you this before we get to break here. I'm watching guys warm up. Our guy Sasha Vezenkov is there. Did he show you enough last night where if you're Mike Brown, you coming back with him first half tonight probably?
Well, you know what? Understanding the whole magnitude of it, I think all of our bench is going to get more run.
More run tonight. Okay.
Yeah.
Okay.
So I see him getting some more minutes. He came in and hit 2 big shots, man.
Yeah.
He hit 2 huge shots that we needed, KD, because our offense has stalled out, dog. I mean, it has fizzled. We were running on E, and he came in and he knocked those 2 shots down, and that ignited it. I was like, okay, now we back. Right when we needed it, he came up big.
He came up big off the bench on both ends, had a block, took what I thought was a charge, was called for the block, but I thought his compete level was huge. He's getting some warm-up shots. I also see Davion Mitchell out there again, high flyer.
Bro,
remember, Davion was out there like 2 hours ago, hour and a half ago, warming up, getting up shots.
Hey, went in the locker room and laid down, took a nap, and right back out here. So that lets you know, man, he mean business. And you know what? And I love seeing that, because and I'm glad you're saying something, because a lot of fans don't understand all the hard work these young men put in. You think, well, they're just basketball players and, they're just, prima donnas and no, this brother was in here, 3 o'clock?
Like 3 o'clock, 3:30, yeah, getting it up.
3 o'clock, 3:30, getting shots up, and now he's out here again going through the exact same routine, trying to get it down, trying to get it as close as perfect as you could possibly get. You'll never reach perfect, but you always strive to get there.
You strive for that.
So, yeah, this dude is putting in the work, man, so I'm glad you brought that up.
Davion getting up some shots, Sasha Vezenkov getting up some shots. Clippers president of basketball operations, Lawrence Frank, walking up too. Let's see if we can snag him up here, get him to jump on the drive guys here. We got your calls and more, 916-339-1140. You're on with Drapes and High Flyer here on Sactown Sports 1140.
Trying to find out where to catch your favorite team's games?
Are you a fan of the Kings, Niners, and the NFL? Well, Sactown Sports has you covered.
San Francisco! It's all on his shoulders. Cox rocks. He fires for the win. He's got the triple.
Catch all your Kings, Niners, and NFL games all year long on Sactown Sports and SactownSports.com.
All new spring deals are here at Lowe's. Start planting your garden this weekend with Bonnie 11.8-ounce vegetables. Buy 4 for $10. Plus, liven up your patios and decks with fresh blooms. Select 1.5-gallon hanging baskets or 2 for $20. Lowe's knows spring. Lowe's knows home improvement. Offers valid through 5/17. In-store only. Actual plant size and selection varies by location. While supplies last, excludes Alaska and Hawaii.
Nothing slows my little girl down, except a stuffy nose.
Mommy.
That's why I use Sinex Children's Saline from Vicks. Sinex instantly clears mucus in everyday stuffy little noses with a gentle, ultra-fine mist designed for kids. Just Sinex? Breathe. Her stuffy nose is gone for now. And so is she.
Sinex Children's Saline. Sinex, breathe. Use as directed, keep out of reach of children.
At Charmin, we heard you shouldn't talk about going to the bathroom in public, so we decided to sing about it.
When you're rolling Charmin up to soft on the party, less is more, so roll it back, everybody. Charmin's irresistibly soft and hella nice. The grip is always soft. It's our party vibe. Every booty wanna touch the sky.
Charmin Ultra Soft is irresistibly soft and more absorbent, so you can use less. Enjoy the go with Charmin.
Does your dog leave frowny piles of poo around the yard? Did you know that a solid poo is one of the best indicators of your dog's gut health? Supreme Source Super Premium Dog Food is made with organic super seaweed and other powerful antioxidants, supporting a healthy digestive system. Real protein is always the first ingredient, plus a blend of essential vitamins and minerals to help support your dog's overall health and well-being. Do their digestion a solid. Literally. Find Supreme Source Premium Dog Food at Safeway, Safe Mart, and Winco, or a local grocery store near you.
Mercedes-Benz of Stockton warmly suggests that you add a Mercedes to your holiday shopping list this year. With finance rates as low as 4.99% APR or 72 months on sedans, SUVs, and all-electric Mercedes cars, it's a great time to visit Mercedes-Benz of Stockton. Just 45 minutes from Sacramento, right off I-5. Family-owned Mercedes-Benz of Stockton, where we make buying your Mercedes a special event you'll never forget. mbofstockton.com.
The 49ers Report, brought to you by EB Stone. EB Stone, for the life of your garden. The 49ers feasted on Seattle for Thanksgiving, dominating their bitter rivals on the road, 31-13. Running back Christian McCaffrey led the way with 139 scrimmage yards and 2 touchdowns on 24 touches. San Francisco is now 8-3 on the season. The Red and Gold have an extra 3 days rest before heading to Philadelphia for a pivotal NFC rematch with the league leaders Sunday afternoon.
Celebrating over a century as a family-owned business, E.B. Stone has gathered invaluable insights into nurturing plant growth. Venture into indoor planting with E.B. Stone's Edna's Best indoor and outdoor potting soil. Watch your little plants flourish into ideal indoor companions for the whole family to relish during the holidays. E.B. Stone's indoor and outdoor potting soil is a meticulously crafted blend of essential ingredients. Your plants will thrive both indoors and outdoors. Trust E.B. Stone for the entire lifespan of your garden. Explore more gardening tips, products, and find nearby locations at ebstone.org. Wishing you a season filled with joy and flourishing greenery.
Guys, did you know your testosterone level impacts your energy, libido, sleep, weight, hair loss, mood, and even ED? And right now, Revive Men's Health Sacramento will check your testosterone for free. They've helped thousands of men since 2011 feel and perform better. They're so confident they can help you, they even guarantee it. Schedule your free testosterone test, exam, and consultation today. Call 916-277-8599. That's 916-277-8599. Or visit ReviveMen'sHealth.com.
KHTKAM Sacramento, KYMX HD2 Sacramento. From the Power Business Technology Toshiba Studios, your new home for 49ers football in the 916.
Sactown Sports.
The only station in Sacramento giving you local sports coverage from 6 a.m. to 6 p.m. Monday through Friday. Sactown Sports.
Sactown Sports 1140. You're on with Drapes and the High Flyer here. Take you up to game night at the bottom of the hour. Scott Marsh, Jason Ross, High Flyer himself will be on the call tonight with the G-Man.
Yes, sir.
Gary Gerald. G-Man.
Hello.
What's up, my man? How you feeling as G-Man joins the drive guys right here? How you feeling? Here we are less than 24 hours away from what I call, and you've been around obviously longer than I, one of the best regular season wins in Kings history.
Yeah, the way it was achieved, I think, caught everybody. Stunning surprise on a game when basically, on a night when the Kings basically didn't play well. And how do you win a game in the NBA when you miss 15 free throws? I'm still pondering that. My goodness. But the drama and the energy and the excitement and what was on the line in terms of the in-season tournament, getting to the knockout round, and man, this place was electric last night, wasn't it?
It was on fire. And the way that game started, down 24, I thought to myself, we're not going to go out like this, are we? We're not going to lose to these guys again. It would have been different, G-Man, had it been maybe we lost to Dallas or got down by 24 to Dallas. But to get down to the Golden State Warriors, that bothered me. But then to come back against the Warriors made it even more sweeter.
Well, it did. And, we talk about, the rivalry, the geographic rivalry of these teams in Northern California, and the fact that what a great, playoff series last April that went 7 games, decided in this building. Unfortunately, not in the way the Kings wanted it to be decided. But just the fact that you're able to put a dent in their domination over the Kings over the last several seasons. That was huge. And it was interesting to me, and I mentioned last night, Henry, during the ball game, that in our pregame conversation with Jordy Fernandez, he was talking about the resiliency of this team and the way they bounced back in Minnesota after the 2 really disappointing nights in New Orleans. And again, I think that came into play last night because, there are a lot of teams, you're down 24 and you fold your tent and you just kind of steal off into the night. But that wasn't the case last night, and it sure made for a memorable outcome. That's for certain.
Go ahead, High Flyer.
Oh, I thought you was going with it.
No, y'all. You know what? I'm the third party here. Y'all two the ones that work together longer. Y'all got the chemistry.
You know what, G? We were talking about, just different parts of the game last night, and we were watching Sasha warm up now, and we were talking about how big he came up right when the Kings needed something, because it seemed like when Coach Brown brought him in, seemed like the Kings offense had got very stagnant. It almost fizzled out, and he came in and he hit 2 3-pointers big time where the Kings really needed something to make that push.
And he also was working his butt off defensively. Yeah. And I think that I would like to go inside the mind of Mike Brown in that situation, because what I suspect would be the case here is a guy that, while he's a rookie in the NBA, 12 years of European experience, an MVP of the Euro Cup competition, he knows what it's like to be on the big stage and in critical moments. And I think that perhaps was what Mike Brown was hoping might happen last night. And for a guy who hadn't stepped on the floor in the first 3 quarters, that was really impressive.
You know, and that's the thing about Sasha as we were watching him warm up here, G-Man. It wasn't necessarily about the box score for me. I liked his energy.
Absolutely.
Like, as the game got bigger and the moment got bigger, it seemed like he didn't shy away from it. He embraced being out there on the floor in the biggest of moments.
Well, and didn't he block a couple of shots in that stretch in the fourth quarter? I mean, any one of those plays could help determine the final outcome when you get down to a 1-point situation.
Yeah. What are you thinking about tonight's matchup? Quick turnaround against the Clippers team. They were at their hotel just watching us last night. What are you expecting tonight?
Well, I think the Clippers are going to be refocused, and they're going to want to, punch the Kings in the mouth right from the opening tip. And the guy that I'm concerned about tonight is Paul George, who last year against the Kings averaged 34 points, and he's coming off a game which was one of his lowest scoring games. Let me just double check the number. They played Denver. He went 2 for 13, scored 6 points. And if you know Paul George and you know his pride and you know his pedigree, he's going to be locked and loaded tonight.
I mean, and G-Man, when you look at that roster, my man, I mean, okay.
Hall of Famers.
I mean, we're just going to sprinkle Zubats in there, and we know he's been a big-time Kings killer here.
Absolutely.
All right, but we talking Kawhi, Paul George, Russ, and Harden. I mean, how much does that make your shorts pucker?
just a tad. I'd say the pucker factor is about 9.2.
Oh my gosh. G-Man, when you prepare for tonight's game, what are the numbers saying about the Clippers tonight? Especially since they added James Harden. What stands out to you?
I think that they're still kind of struggling to find rhythm in themselves. They're 2 games under 500 at 7-9. They've struggled a bit. 8 road games. They've won 2 of them. But, with the talent that's on that roster, as Henry mentioned, I mean, I was adding up today. I think it's 32 All-Star appearances among those 4 guys that are probably going to be in the NBA Hall of Fame in not too distant future.
Yeah.
So where do you start in terms of preparation to defend?
Yeah.
That's what I'm curious about.
You got 4 guys that can single-handedly win the game for you.
Absolutely.
Any of those guys can go off for 30, 40 points. And so it'll be a big challenge. Is this, I was telling High Flyer this earlier, this kind of game will tell me a lot about the Kings.
Sure.
If they come out flat, I'll give them a pass. I'll understand it. But if they come out hungry, compete hard, and get a win, a hard-fought win, or even a blowout win, that shows me something, G-Man.
Well, and as Mike Brown says frequently, going from good to great is really difficult to do. Tonight, exactly what you're talking about, I think, is an indicator if you're making that step from good to great. Certainly, so much energy was expended last night. So much was on the line in terms of the in-season tournament, and yet coaches will look at it and say, it's just one game out of the progression. So how do you respond tonight? And I think you're spot on. I think it'll be a real solid indicator of this Kings team that has laid some big eggs already this season.
Right.
I mean, those 2 games in Houston has proved to be really good. We didn't perhaps know that when we first faced the Rockets. But when you get humbled in the way they got humbled and outscored in the paint, and then New Orleans kind of a similar type of an experience, even though the second game of that 2-game set was much more competitive.
Yeah.
So how do these Kings respond tonight? And do you is there a letdown after all of the drama and excitement of last night? We certainly hope not. But I wouldn't be surprised if it's kind of a rocky start.
Yeah, one thing we know, this fan base won't have a letdown.
I hope
they'll
not.
be ready. They'll be fired up. G-Man, appreciate you, man. I'll let you go get ready. The great G-Man, iconic call last night of that Malik Monk game winner, a thriller, 124-123. Still hanging here with Drapes and High Flyer. And, I'm watching the guys warm up. Harrison Barnes getting ready. Somebody on the text line said, High Flyer, tonight would be a great night for Barnes to start hitting shots consistently. Seeing some improvement, needs confidence and consistency tonight. What do you think about that?
Whenever HB is aggressive, now you watch this team enough.
Yeah.
Whenever HB is aggressive, good things happen for the Sacramento Kings. because they need him. Like I said, we know what Sabonis is going to give you. You know what D. Fox is going to give you. You know what Malik Monk is going to give you. But Harrison Barnes has been that one factor in this on this team to where he might give you 18 or he might give you 8. And that's the thing that he can't do. You know, the first game out, Harrison Barnes gave us a 30-piece. The first game.
Yes.
Coming out the gate, KD, he dropped the 30 ball on him.
You're right.
And then floated. Up and down. Up and down after that. If he can be consistent, man, start being consistent at that 16, 18, that will really give his team a boost.
That would be huge, especially tonight. No Keegan Murray. He's out again. Not sure if he'll play Saturday against Denver. Jay, do we still have KC, on the line? I know. All right, KC left us. You can always hit us up, 916-339-1140. You know, when you look at this game, the same way we said last night, I thought the game was bigger for the Kings than the Warriors. I think the Clippers are going to be a desperate team tonight. This is a team that needs to win. We had Jim Jackson on earlier, just talking about the narrative about the Clippers and how it feels like people on the outside are taking glee in their struggles, especially with James Harden. When you look at it, how does James Harden fit?
I don't know. I mean, I've really been trying to figure it out.
Did they need that? Like, you know, I just didn't think they needed a guy like that.
I didn't think so, but I thought that he was a guy that came up for grabs, and the Clippers are definitely trying to win now, so they're trying to get everything that they can. You know, like right now, sitting out here watching, you got Kawhi Leonard out there.
Kawhi warming up.
Yeah, Kawhi out there right now. I mean,
and he by himself.
Right, early on.
Like, ain't no other players warming up on his basket with
You know what most all-star or superstar players do? When they come out, it's like, I got the whole basket by myself. Y'all wait. You know, think about it. Nobody's out there shooting when LeBron shoots.
No, you're right.
Yeah.
You're right.
You know, but at the end of the day, you know, this dude's a monster. You talk about two-way player. He's been one of the best two-way players in the league for a long time. And you can sprinkle Paul George in there too.
Yes.
As far as being two-way players. So, you know, they got the engine. They do. They have the engine, KD. They might need some of the other things. You know, they might need, you know, some Michelin tires, you know, because they might not can't, you know, grab grip when they step on that accelerator because, hey, they got a motor that's pushing 1,200 horsepower.
Here's what's so crazy about the Clippers. We know how talented they are. One of their biggest issues has been availability. Guess what, High Flyer? Kawhi's played in every game so far this year.
Yeah.
No nights off for Kawhi Leonard.
So it seems like he's focused because he wasn't playing in back-to-backs.
Back-to-backs. Right. He's out there tonight. He's getting ready tonight. He'll be playing your Sacramento Kings tonight, a game you can hear right here on Sactown Sports 1140. You're listening to The Drive, guys. It's the Drapes High Flyer taking you up to 5:30. It's the final segment. We're going to hit you hard coming up after this timeout.
What's the latest with the San Francisco 49ers? Carmichael, Dave, and Jason Ross keep you up to date on all things red and gold during the Niners at 9 every weekday at 9 a.m. on Sactown Sports and SactownSports.com.
The Rolling Stones, live. Stones Tour 24, Hackney Diamonds. Sponsored by AARP. July 17th, Levi's Stadium. The Rolling Stones, the greatest rock and roll band in the world. Tickets on sale Friday, December 1st at 10 a.m. at rollingstones.com. Your chance to see the Stones.
At Elk Grove Honda, we make sure every certified pre-owned Honda is one we'd buy from ourselves. At Elk Grove Honda, in addition to our lower prices, we include many benefits that a private seller just can't match. Our Honda-trained technicians only certify our Hondas if they pass a thorough 182-point inspection, and our certified pre-owned Hondas are under 5 years old, so you know you're getting the newest Hondas in prime condition. See our exceptional selection of lower-priced certified pre-owned Hondas in the Elk Grove Auto Mall or online at elkgrovehonda.com.
I gotta get an Elk Grove Honda.
Your home for Kings basketball for over 25 seasons.
Sactown Sports.
Back here, Drapes a High Flyer, Sactown Sports, 1140. Final segment before we get you ready for Kings Clippers here with the G-Man on the call. High Flyer joining them. Bottom of the hour, it's game night. Jason Ross and Scott Marsh. Watching Kawhi Leonard getting up some shots. I mentioned he's played in every single game so far this season. Kawhi, 21 points, shooting 37% from the field. Paul George, 24 points, shooting 45% from the field. You know, when I think of this Clippers team and I look at as they try to figure it out with Ty Lue, head coach, Russell Westbrook's decision to come off the bench, saying, Coach, you know what? I was in the starting lineup. You got James Harden. Now I'm going to come off the bench. That's crucial. That's critical.
It is.
He's making the sacrifice, High Flyer. I don't know if it's enough, and you're giving me that look like he ain't really sacrificing. He know he's going to get the ball in his hands.
Exactly.
With that second unit.
I'm not going for that
You ain't
sacrifice.
going for the second? Come on, man. Come on, bro. He ain't hearing his name called during introductions.
It's the right thing to say, but if you hear your name called during introductions and you ain't putting out on the floor, that means nothing. So he much rather, sacrifice that name call, but when you're on the floor, the ball's in your hands and you get to put in work.
Right. Now, he's the quarterback of that second unit. When he comes in, here you go. It's your time to shine.
Hey, he's the Peyton Manning. He's the number one guy. So he gets to do whatever he wants. Some of the, most of the starters probably will be coming to sit down, and he gets to run the show.
Yes. One thing we know about Russ, though, he's going to give it 110. He got one speed. He going at you.
I will give you that. He don't pull up. He don't waste manage his time.
Right. No wasted movements out there. Nothing.
No. And still, we could talk about his game and how it ain't what it used to be. He's still one of the most explosive.
He's 35 too.
One of the most explosive guards in the league.
No, you're right about that. 35. He's in his 16th year. Russell Westbrook.
Hey, he's been in the league for
a while. Been in the league a minute. We saw the other night, and Jay, I'm going to pull this Russell Westbrook sound here. We saw the other night at home, he got into it with fans. He got into it with fans on his own home court, home arena. This was late in the game. Some fans had some words for him. Russ had some words back as the clock was winding down. The game was ending. And we've seen him have interactions with fans before. We've seen him get into it with fans before.
Now, let me tell you this.
Tell me.
You talking about a dude that plays with heart and passion. Yeah. I don't think it's another player in the league that plays with more heart and passion than Russell Westbrook. I mean, the dude really gives it his all. Now, does he always do the right thing? No, not all the time. But as far as wanting to win and willing to pretty much do anything, you already said he's willing to come off the bench.
Yeah.
I'm sorry. You averaged a triple-double for 3 years. All right. Nobody else has done that since Oscar Robertson. So to kick back and say, okay, well, you know what? I'll come off the bench. He's willing to do anything to win.
I want to ask you about interactions with fans and how far fans can go, because we saw it the other night here with Draymond Green last night. Fans were giving him the business, but I thought it was very respectful. I thought it didn't cross the line. It was booze, but it was respect.
I'm gonna tell you what, Draymond Green got it lighter than Marvin Bagley did.
That's what I thought too. I'm listening.
I was shocked.
We should be hammering this dude, and we took it easy on him.
Let me tell you, I was shocked. You'd think Popovich grabbed the mic. But because Marvin Bagley got booed every time he touched the ball. I mean, even when he came out after halftime, he got booed. And I'm talking about the whole arena booed him. Now, that might be a little bit shorter because it was a whole lot of Golden State fans up in here.
Right.
But still, at the end of the day, Draymond Green got it light compared to Marvin Bagley.
It'll be interesting what kind of reaction Russell Westbrook gets. It seems like fans are always giving him the business. Here's what he had to say after the game the other night. They lost to Denver, and at the end of that game, he got into a verbal altercation with the fan. Here's Russ afterwards.
It's unfortunate. Fans think they can say whatever they want. I'm not going to say it now because it's not appropriate, but I'm just protecting myself. That's about it. You know what I'm saying? Too much else I can explain on that, but just unfortunate fans think they can get away with saying anything, and I won't allow it. I've took a lot of, people saying anything and, getting away with it, but I won't stand for it.
There you go.
I won't stand for it.
He won't stand for it.
You know what? Russ takes it a little bit. He gets a little sensitive about those type of things. When I play ball, KD, if you wasn't inside those lines, I paid no attention to you at all. I don't care what you said, what you did.
You heard some things?
Oh, man, all the time. Bro, I played in Europe, man.
Oh,
I mean,
man.
I got hit with hot dimes and cigarette lighters and stuff
What?
like that. Yeah. But if you're not in those lines, you can say what you want.
But here's the thing. And I'm a side with Russ, and I hear what you're saying. But Paul George said it afterwards, too. You should not be allowed to go to somebody's job, place of employment, and say disrespectful things. Boo, fine.
Right.
But disrespectful things, I want to play this other cut, and I want to get your reaction.
Mm-hmm.
Here's what Westbrook said some more after the game.
A lot of it is, people know, and it's unfortunately very protected. I just really hope whatever rules are in place, it takes a while for whether it's security of the arenas or whatever that may be to go and tell fans to get out. But, fans kind of have the right of way to kind of say whatever they want. But like I told you, any disrespect to me, my family, I won't allow it.
But high flyer, and this is where I stand with Russ. How are we to tell Russell Westbrook how to react? Just because we may react, you may react a certain way.
Right.
That don't mean everybody got to react that way.
Well, there are bylaws in that contract now. Have you seen the NBA contract? It's very
I haven't
thick.
seen that one.
It is very thick.
No.
All right. It's very thick. So, all about how you interact with the fans. It's a whole section in there about it. It's a reason why, rules got put in place after what happened in Detroit. The Malice in the Palace. Remember that, right?
Yeah, I remember that. Oh, yeah. Oh, yeah.
Okay, when the players went to the stands.
Yep.
That's when rules really got put into effect. So, a fan can say to me whatever you want, man. I mean, you can talk about my family all you want. And, we old school. We come from the streets. You can say something about my mama. I'm not worried about
but
that, bro.
This where I hear you, high flyer, but shouldn't we be holding the fans to higher standards? What happened to common decency?
I'm with you.
What happened to treat others as you'd want to be? What, just because I make millions of dollars, Russell Westbrook, Paul George, whoever, why should I be okay with being subject to that?
No, you should.
Why don't we get on the fans who say these things and do these things more than the athletes for reacting?
Hey, I agree. The security needs to be on top of that more, but at the end of the day, even if security go get him and kick him out, Russell Westbrook still heated. He's still heated. He's still gonna have something to say. So, at the end of the day, they're our fans. All right. They pay their money to come watch a basketball game to be entertained. They're not paying their money to come in here and ridicule. You're not paying money to come in here and be a heckler. So I understand that part of it. But then at the end of the day, Russ, you're Russell Westbrook, bro. So, it's not, words shouldn't hurt you.
Let me ask you this, though. Would Russ be well within his right, and would it be okay if all he had to do was point, hey, that guy right there,
yep,
get him out.
Yep.
That's it.
Yep.
You ain't got to say nothing else to him.
Yep.
You ain't got to argue nothing. Oh, I heard you. That guy right there, get him out. Is that okay?
Oh,
okay.
Most
All right,
definitely.
all right.
Most definitely. Hey, you know what? Get an usher and say, hey, that dude right there, he needs to go. And I'll tell you what, and if Russell Westbrook heard it, the usher did too. I'm sorry.
Right.
I'm sorry.
We'll see what happens tonight. Kings fans, I know if they ain't do nothing to Draymond, Russ got it easy tonight. Like that Draymond reception. I mean, you brought it up. I was sitting there thinking, like, man, that's all we got for this dude.
Man, I was shocked.
I was shocked, right? I was shocked. We done hyped it up.
I was shocked and pleasantly surprised because what they did to Marvin Bagley, I honestly thought was overkill.
Oh, for sure. For sure.
I honestly thought was overkill, and I felt bad for the young man because he didn't deserve that. You know, what San Antonio did to Kawhi, the exact same thing. Even Popovich was like, no. This is San Antonio. We're better than this. Leave this guy alone.
Right. Give me your final thoughts on tonight, man. What are you expecting? What do you want to see from Sacramento?
The energy and effort, bro. Just give me the energy and the effort, and whatever happens after that, okay, we have to live with it. But just give me all you got. You know, I know you went deep into the tank last night, and if you only got a half a tank left, that's fine. Give me that half a tank, and now I got to go to the bench and start getting some of these guys.
Exactly. And if I'm a bench player, I'm ready.
If I'm a bench player, I'm out here at 3 o'clock.
3 o'clock.
I'm out here at 3 o'clock getting it in.
Our boy Davion did just that. He was out here early getting ready, and we have gotten you ready for game night, which is coming up next here on Sactown Sports 1140. Kings looking to light the beam for back-to-back nights, coming off that huge win against the Warriors. Coming up next, Jason Ross and Scott Marsh. They're taking you up to pregame show and then tip-off Kings Clippers. For the high flyer himself, for Jay Johnson, I'm your boy Drapes. Make sure you tune in. 2 o'clock. It's the Drive Guys here on Sactown Sports 1140.
Check out the Golf to Go Hour with Frank LaRosa every